Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome back aboard to the studio as we get set up for the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights here at 6:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night. Oh yes sirree, we've got an early start on what is traditionally an 8:30 game for the Edmonton Oilers here against the Vegas Golden Knights. Excited to see where everything slots out this evening with a lot of star power out of the lineup. One side, especially for the Oilers, losing Connor McDavid, and the Vegas Golden Knights just with half a roster on the LTIR, it seems, will try and, of course, stop the Oilers this evening from clinching home ice in the first round of the playoffs, no matter who they face. So, friends, we'll stay tuned for that here in the next 3 hours or so, but welcome aboard. Glad to have you along for the ride this evening. Is for some of you might be the first time you're seeing the change in the studio here as we gear up for the NHL playoffs. Got the jerseys realigned, got things kind of shaken up a little bit here this evening. I'll move myself out of frame as I give you your first look at the new wall that will rock for the NHL playoffs this year, as we've got, of course, the Blue Jays jersey right up close to your right, what would be the left-hand side of your screen. The Team Canada jersey from the 18 Olympics, dead set middle on the left side. Then you got the Colorado Rockies jersey. You got the Edmonton Oilers old jersey there, my first ever Oilers jersey. You got the Captain Connor right there. You got the Bakersfield Condors jersey, the reverse retro, the first version, Heritage Classic. And then, yes, indeed, you've got as well the Edmonton Oilers alternate. So at some point, I'm going to have to go get my reverse retro back up as well, but obviously the oil drop version, but we'll see how that all shakes out here as time allows throughout the regular season. So friends, welcome aboard. We'll go to the chat here quickly where Avery and Dean have already chimed in. So as you'll see at the top of your chat this evening, I've got that pin for our new viewers that'll be stopping on by here because it's likely going to be the Vegas Golden Knights in the first round of the playoffs, and I'll tell you, love to have everybody aboard for what should be a fun playoff this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Oilers can do, obviously, first round, no matter who we face, and then, of course, as we shake out what this team truly is at the playoff level. So, friends, give me a second. The text message is rolling in here, as we just got to make sure we get that all answered before we truly and rightfully get kicked off live here on Dolynny TV this evening. So, friends, we are, just about 12, 13 days away from the Edmonton Oilers' first playoff game of the 23-24 Stanley Cup playoffs. We are, of course, in that as well, going to have to figure out the next 6 regular season games. So we're in for a long ride there as well yet, but we'll see how it all shakes out here in the next little bit for the Edmonton Oilers. As tonight for them, it's going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. It's Stuart Skinner against Adin Hill, and surprisingly so, Stuart Skinner has allowed less goals per game than Adin Hill, right? 2.62 for Adin Hill, 2.60 for Stuart Skinner, who many Oilers fans at times this year would have loved to run out of town. 907 save percentage, and tonight could lock down win number 35 of the NHL season this year for him. Art, welcome aboard as well as we get things rolling here, friends, into the pregame portion. Obviously, we only have about 10 minutes until this broadcast truly flips over to an Edmonton Oilers game for us to call here on Dolynny TV. But the Oilers averaging 3.58 goals per game, 2.86 goals against per game. The Vegas Golden Knights at 3.21 goals per game and 2.96 goals against per game. So for the Oilers, minus Connor McDavid, the Vegas Golden Knights minus their entire half a lineup, it seems. I think math favors the Edmonton Oilers tonight in what should be a good matchup. That much is for sure, because obviously for the Oilers, you are thinking they're going to come out with a pretty good effort this evening against a strong Vegas Golden Knights team, no matter who it is in that lineup for the Vegas Golden Knights. So let's quickly go over here and check things over one last time, friends, as we get things set up for this evening's broadcast. Looks like, of course, with the 6:30 start, we're going to have a little bit slower of a start to the live stream, as we traditionally do if the game starts before 7 o'clock, but we'll pick it up here as things roll down the way, by the end of everything here. So we'll see where we're sitting come game time, friends. But excited to have you aboard. Glad to have you aboard as we are just about set for the Oilers and Golden Knights here tonight, and obviously too excited to see what the Oilers can achieve against a team like the Vegas Golden Knights without Connor McDavid. I don't think there's any other mystery, anything else that we need to really solve here for the Oilers today. I think it's pretty standard. The lineup: RNH, Draisaitl, Hyman, Kane, Henrique, Fogle, Holloway, McLeod, Perry, Janmark, Carrick, and Brown. Defense is the defense. Stuart Skinner, the starting goaltender, obviously. And then we see where the Oilers shake out against the tough Vegas Golden Knights lineup. And, of course, that netminder that seems to have our number, Mr. Aiden Hill of the Vegas Golden Knights. So we'll see where we sit by all told here, but excited, obviously, for the Edmonton Oilers to come out with a good effort here this evening. I think is number one. I believe the Oilers will come out with a pretty good effort. You got to at least imagine they will, given that they're missing their captain, and two, it's the Vegas Golden Knights, and you can, without your captain, still have a chance to clinch home ice in the first round, which, again, for the Oilers would be absolutely massive, given how things have shaken out over the past few years in the playoffs. Is the more home ice you have, the more it seems the fans can get behind the team earlier on, and the more chances you have to get the fans engaged with Edmonton Oilers playoff hockey, and who can say no to that, right? I think we can all agree that that is a good time. So we'll stay tuned to see where the Oilers go on that front, but yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much else to really discuss. Again, the lineup kind of looks a little bit different, right? Holloway's back in following a departure to the AHL to basically be a cap casualty for a little while, and then obviously too building his game back up to a more or less pro level, kind of working out that transition to center, working back to the wing, kind of figuring out where his game's at, what his game can be, and now obviously it's sitting very well, coming off of a hat trick and some other good performances down there in Bakersfield as well. You got to believe the Oilers will be pretty deep come playoff time with guys available to them on the farm. You got Adam Ernie, Sam Gagner, James Hamblin. There's list goes on, right? And there's actually some other really good talented guys, Lane Peterson, Seth Griffith in that mix as well. You got the defensive guys, right? You got Kemp, you got Niemelainen, who's back in the lineup for the Bakersfield Condors apparently tonight. Then as well, you got a whole bunch of other guys like Hoffenmeyer. You got Ben Gleason, who's probably going to be available to you at some point if he's not injured. I haven't seen him in the Condors lineup recently, if memory serves. So give me a second here to double check that. Yeah, Gleason, he is in the lineup tonight. You got Philip Broberg. We all forget about that guy, but there's a ton of names here for the Oilers. Raphael Lavoie in there as well. And then you really, what else do you have? I think that's really as far as you go in terms of the Black Aces squad for the Edmonton Oilers, kind of the guys that could come in and fly under the radar in the early part of the playoffs. But if your depth gets tested, guys that could step up and play 3, 4, 5 minutes in an NHL playoff game for you this year, right? You got to remember back to 2022 where Brad Malone played a couple of games in that Colorado series, and it was quite interesting to see how it all shakes out. So we'll see kind of what happens here as Epiphany joins the chat. So Epiphany, obviously we're all wishing well back there for. So of course the notes being passed along, and hopefully a good day tomorrow getting through all that. So well wishes back to you on the other side. So friends, we are officially 5 minutes away from the broadcast flipping over to the actual game portion tonight, and then obviously we'll get to the call of things here a minute on. And it's been a while since the Oilers last played, right? Saturday night, I think, was the last game for the Edmonton Oilers, going out against the Calgary Flames. Have had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, 3 days off. Connor McDavid got injured in that game against the, well, I guess you could say against the Calgary Flames, and now we kind of see what that repercussion shakes out to be here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it all goes tonight for them, and obviously too as we evolve along here the rest of the way home, right? 3 days off, and now the schedule gets to be a slammer, right? It's basically you've got 6 games what did we calculate, 12 days until 13 days until the first playoff game. So you imagine you're going to get a day or two off before playoff starts. So you kind of see how that all shakes out. The Oilers are about to play 6 games in the span of 11 or whatever days it is to close out the season. So tonight you definitely want to get that on a winning note, because at this current moment you've still got a chance, as long as you win basically all your games and beat the Canucks. You got to go out there and get first place in the Pacific Division while you're at it. So the Oilers, as they did last year, have a lot to play for here down the stretch, and we'll see what happens. As obviously, I mean, and Vegas is to some degree a favorable matchup in the first round, and so too is the Nashville Predators, just based on how Leon Draisaitl has played them over the past 4 or 5 years now. So we'll stay tuned to see what the playoff opponent turns out to be, but I'm excited for the Edmonton Oilers' sake to see what happens here. So Matt, welcome aboard. Paul's Pizza, of course, a pretty big staple within the Airdrie community. Haven't been there in a long while, but I know quite a few folks that still go there for the regular old wing nights. So Magic, welcome aboard as well. And Tarzan, with McDavid out, yeah, it's kind of tough. So we'll see where it shakes out for the Oilers. But I guess to say, honestly, for pizza in Airdrie, I haven't done pizza in Airdrie. Like, I know I kind of bounced between a couple of places there in Airdrie back in the day, but all told, I haven't had pizza in Airdrie in a long while, just based on anyone that knows the channel. Obviously, this has not been the studio the entire time the channel existed. I was doing it out of a bedroom for a lot of years, the pink and brown wall, right? You would remember that when I first kind of left Cold Lake and came down to southern Alberta. Well, since then moved into this whole rigmarole down here, and it's been much more of a comfier setup. But yeah, that kind of moved me away from Airdrie, kind of on a grab pizza on the way home kind of nightly basis. So yeah, a little bit more, a little bit of a different atmosphere, right? I always talk the bar down the road kind of deal. So we go from here, friends, to making sure Art's got us here 6 games in 9 days according to Stauffer. Yeah, so I knew it was something like that. As the Oilers are going to have to play a lot of hockey, and then they have the mandated day off as well on Sunday. So there's a couple of back-to-backs here at the end of the schedule, and the Oilers are going to have to really get to it here this this next little bit to try and turn over the first place in the Pacific to the Edmonton side. So we'll see what happens here, friends, and keep going along, Tarzan. Well, I'm hoping you're along for the ride here again this spring, as we're about to get in for a pretty good ride, that's for sure. Avery, I'm doubting I'm going to get a chance to say it tomorrow, so happy birthday tomorrow in advance, and we'll see where we go. And 4-0 for St. Louis right now, Chris. You're saying 4-0 for St. Louis over Chicago. That's a big game. Basically, the Vegas Golden Knights have a lot riding on this game. They can, if the Oilers win, or if the Oilers lose to the Golden Knights in regulation and St. Louis loses in regulation, basically the Golden Knights lock up a playoff spot. That's the basis I can give you. It's a little more complicated. There's some more stuff that could happen to figure that out. But for the Oilers tonight, if you win, you can keep the Vegas Golden Knights from getting a playoff spot. So we'll see, obviously, how that all shakes out. But right now, as it rolls out for the Oilers, is you win tonight, you kind of prolong the suspense for the Vegas Golden Knights, especially given what the St. Louis Blues are doing right now. So looking forward to seeing how that works out for us, and obviously how we play tonight to try and set our own course here into the NHL playoffs. So friends, as we continue to roll along here this evening, we're about 6:30, so we're just about to that point where the broadcast on the television sets will flip over to giving us the information on the game instead of giving us the pregame. So that's good to know, and we will be ready to go. So Aiden Hill in the net for the Vegas Golden Knights. Connor McDavid, of course, is out for the Oilers this evening, as we continue to see if there's anything else to say, and I don't think there really is. So I think we're good to go here, as we'll continue to roll along here, friends. As how would we match up against LA, Tarzan? I would tell you LA, Nashville, and Vegas are all, at least in a first round setting, a favorable matchup for the Edmonton Oilers, just given kind of what we've gone through the past 2-3 years, I guess you could say, right? 21, 22, 23. The experience playing against a world beater goalie like Connor Hellebuck. Similar story against Aiden Hill in those last few games against Vegas. I think the 2 rounds against LA, as much as I think I'm scared about LA, it's really a matchup that should be a cakewalk for the Oilers if they play the way they are capable of in terms of getting in behind the LA defense like they have over the past few years. And then again, Vegas is, are they going to be healthy enough to survive 6-7 games against the Oilers, right? If Vegas cleans up in the first 3, it's probably done. But if the Oilers can make it a series early on, I don't like Vegas's chances if they don't get healthy by the end of it. So I guess when it all comes down to it, Nashville too, like I said, with Leon Draisaitl, friends, I like my chances all day against Nashville. I mean, you think regular season Leon having 5 points in a game against Nashville is special. Wait until you see playoff Leon having 4 points on all 4 goals for the Oilers in a 4-3 victory against Nashville, right? That's bing, bang, boom, wash your hands. That's special. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But Toast, welcome in as well as we continue into a whole bunch of scenes. The Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton Oilers, are kind of showing some old footage here from last year's playoffs as we queue up what is going to be a fantastic playoff season this year for the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, a very special one given the fact that we've been building over the past 4 years, and now we're about ready in year number 5 to take on the ultimate task, right? You think all the way back to the bubble, 21 against Winnipeg, 22 against LA, Calgary, and Colorado, and then as well this past year against LA and Vegas. And now you're lining up a very similar path, you could say, over the past 2 years, possibly having to play both LA, Vegas, then you get Colorado, and then bang, you're off to the Stanley Cup final and uncharted territory for this Oilers team. So there's a ton to be played for yet here down the stretch for the Oilers, and I'm excited to see where we get going here tonight. As honestly, this is one of those things, right? It's an early Wednesday game. I think it's going to be a good hockey game start to finish, and I think this time last year, right, we get back towards that LA Kings Game 4 where the Oilers were down big after 1. And normally in the course of my career here broadcasting games out of the studio, we're down big after 1. I'm off and I'm sitting on the couch watching it, trying to turn the momentum. Well, at that point, that game, I said I ain't leaving because the Oilers are about to do something special here, and that's the video that you see every single time a live stream gets posted to Dolynny TV before it goes live. You see that Zach Hyman goal reaction, and that's what we'll see hopefully more special moments in the playoffs coming up here soon. So again tonight, if we're down big, I don't think that counts for much, at least after the first period for the Edmonton Oilers against the Vegas Golden Knights. So Pedro, welcome aboard, and Skoden as well, as we continue to get things rolling here. For Gene Principe, who's now on our television sets, getting us queued up for this evening's hockey game. We're about set to get things rolling for what will be the Oilers and Vegas Golden Knights at the bottom of the clock. Not very often we get a bottom of the clock game, but I can tell you tonight we've got bottom of the clock 6:30 p.m. start, as they're showing off the injury where Connor McDavid kind of twisted up his ankle is what it looks like. I'm not 100% sure what the injury fully is. Again, I never really got full coverage on it yesterday. It was kind of a whirlwind yesterday at work, and for some reason I just couldn't find enough full coverage on the injury to actually grasp any knowledge from what was being said on what's wrong with one Connor McDavid. So the Vegas Golden Knights are looking to clinch a playoff spot in the 6th time in the last 7 years. Basically for Vegas, right, they've got 5 games left with 92 points on the clock, so St. Louis can technically catch them. Again, if we beat Vegas tonight, St. Louis wins. It gets a little bit more complicated, a little bit more hairy for Vegas, especially with the guys they have out of the lineup, but it's very unlikely that the Vegas Golden Knights will miss the playoffs here this week, well, as this week and next week develops. So we'll see, as everybody kind of on that Sportsnet panel this evening is kind of pinning that Evander Kane's going to be a guy to watch tonight, right? Elevated back up to the second line, kind of getting those bigger minutes alongside Henrique and Fogle this evening. And a guy who is looking for that big breakout moment, obviously looking to kind of get back into a positive spotlight after everything kind of shook out. I know it's nothing, but it shook out on the bench there with Perry and Kane, and obviously the controversy that always follows Evander Kane around. It'll be interesting to see if he goes out there and kind of just, right, again, as Evander Kane does, when he's doubted most, he usually shows up in an Oilers uniform at least with a 2 or 3 goal performance. So tonight would definitely be one of those nights to get that done here this evening. So Brady, welcome aboard, as the Oilers are just about set to try and keep the Vegas Golden Knights out of a playoff clinching spot for now, and secondarily as well, go out there and clinch home ice at least in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So plenty of work to be done yet here this evening, but the Oilers will get to it, friends. If you haven't hit that like button yet on the stream, make sure to get that done for you this evening. And Canadians really do have their own accent. What you're hearing is the true Alberta bush accent, I guess you can say. This is a product of many years spent up in a small town where you don't really get to hear the city folk all too often. And yeah, I'll engage with that one, because even going to broadcasting school back in the Nate days, they pretty much told me, where did you come from and why do you sound like that? They said I sounded like the Canadian Sylvester Stallone back in the day, and maybe to them a fair point, but now I just somehow sound even more funny sometimes when I get rolling along. So trust me, as the voice wears down this evening, you'll hear some even funner stuff if you stick around. Tim, welcome aboard, as well as we're about to get things queued up for the hockey game here. Puck drop is in about, I want to say, 8 minutes from now. I assume it's a 6:45, 6:47, somewhere in there. Puck drop for the Edmonton Oilers as we're about to kick things off. Anything else we need to cover here, as we're just about done the pregame portion of the broadcast into the live edition as we get going here. 4.1, there we have it, 12.75 hours watched on the stream. So yeah, we're well and aboard here for what should be a good finish this evening. Obviously, usually 10 hours is the marker I try to use to gauge where we're going by the end of the night. Well, at 12.75 before puck drop, I think we're in for a good run this evening, as we've got a beautiful shot of sunny Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Friends, if you ever get a chance to go, if you're not from Edmonton, you've never been to Edmonton, you've never been to the northern Alberta area, I tell you, you have to go up there, especially around the equinox. Find somewhere like a Lac La Biche, a Cold Lake, a Westlock kind of to some degree, possibly as well, like a White Court or Athabasca, somewhere up there, Slave Lake, and go up there around the summer solstice or equinox. What I think it's the, I don't know which one it is. I'm terrible with the stuff, but basically go up there around that June 20th, June 21st time, anywhere about an hour north of Edmonton, and just honestly plan on staying up all night, because it is the niftiest experience you will ever have. Growing up in Cold Lake myself, basically it was special, kind of always, every time around that time of year. Seems like it's the end of school, right? Especially growing up, and you'd sit down in the backyard and you'd just sit there and BS the night away, more or less. And we got the American National Anthem going right now, but you'd BS away the night basically, and you just never watch the sun go down. As soon as it sets on one side, it's already coming up on the other side. And that's the niftiest part of that time of year, especially north of Edmonton. So if you ever get a chance, I tell you, book a camping trip around the solstice, equinox, whatever it is, in the middle, end of June there, around the 20th, and go check it out, because it is an incredible experience to stay up all the way through the night, right? Sit around the campfire, whatever you're doing, and it never truly gets dark out. I know they talk about the sun never going down, up north in the territories, but when you see it in northern Alberta, just close to Edmonton, right? You're not really that far north, and you can see that kind of spectacle just once or twice in a year. It's pretty nifty, to be honest with you. Not so nifty when it goes the other way in December, but we won't worry about that too much at all. James, welcome aboard. Um, for Connor McDavid, injury against Calgary, tough go, but I assume still tonight, especially with Vegas missing some key pieces, we're going to have a pretty big battle knowing that the Edmonton Oilers can lock up home ice in the first round and knowing that the Vegas Golden Knights, to their credit as well, can go out there and more or less lock up a playoff spot with a victory as well. So a lot still riding on the line. Jake, welcome aboard from New Jersey. Margaret, welcome in. And of course, Mr. Doom tuning in here as well. So let's get this going here. So we're about set to get things rolling for tonight's hockey game. It is O Canada within Rogers Place right now. They've got Stuart Skinner on our television sets. He is your starting goaltender this evening. Some young fans in attendance on a 6:30 p.m. start time for the Oilers and Golden Knights on what is, I believe, a nationally televised game across both Canada and the U.S. this evening. So we're excited for a pretty good matchup this evening as Pete, welcome aboard as well. And we are just about to roll this thing to a conclusion here for the pregame festivities. And then we are up and ready for puck drop between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights this evening. Glad to have you aboard, friends, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you so much for hanging out. As you see at the top of the chat, if you're in there right now, I've got that pinned up there, just basically telling you right now is the time to hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, simply because the big show hits in 12 or 13 days when the Edmonton Oilers get things underway for the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know how explosive of a time that was last year. Looking forward to it again this year as Adin Hill gets between the pipes for the Vegas Golden Knights. 18-10-2, 262, 914 on the season for Adin Hill. Not to be too rivaled, but pretty well rivaled by Mr. Stuart Skinner, 34, 14-5, chasing win number 35 of the year. 262, 906 is what Sportsnet's using on their graphics within the broadcast. So maybe the graphics a little bit off there for Sportsnet on the website. So Wake, welcome aboard as well, as we're about to really get this thing kick-started here this evening, friends. The Oilers, the Golden Knights, it is Leon Draisaitl taking the center ice face-off for the Edmonton Oilers against the Golden Knights. No Connor McDavid. The Oilers have 60 minutes plus to try and decide this one here and clinch home ice in the Stanley Cup playoffs round one against whoever the opponent may so be, as the face-off's down at center ice, one back by the Vegas Golden Knights all the way to Adin Hill, drifted off to the right defenseman, and it'll be spun around behind the net. Hague's looking to play this puck off the boards, flipped out by the Vegas Golden Knights, knocked down by Jack Eichel, picked up by Nugent Hopkins, spun off his stick for a moment by the Knights, and harassing Matthias Ekholm on the far side was one of the Golden Knights players, as the Oilers eventually tipped it in to the near side corner inside the Vegas Golden Knights zone. Here's Draisaitl back to the point for Bouchard. The shot loads, rebound, spin around by Zach Hyman, wrap around in front, goes right to the front, passed for Nugent Hopkins to the far side boards, and the Golden Knights able to get it out of the zone here on a couple of quick passes. So that's a good start. You want to see that from the Edmonton Oilers, kind of flooding the Vegas Golden Knights in their own zone down low, as this pass now from behind the Golden Knights net out to Mantha near side, right? Mantha's a trade deadline acquisition, big body, and a big part of the Vegas Golden Knights playoff plans coming through here in the next little bit. Shot from the point here for Vegas, tipped on from the far side, basically where the trapezoid starts, by William Karlsson, but a save nonetheless for Stuart Skinner. The Golden Knights chase it back into their own zone. Alan, welcome aboard. I don't think I've missed anyone else here as we start the live stream hot, as the Oilers back in the Golden Knights zone, pushing down deep is Henrique. He's knocked off the puck, and the Vegas Golden Knights are going to come back the other way and try and start the attack across the line. Here's Mantha firing to the far side for Karlsson inside the Oilers zone. The shot blocked in front will come on back down inside the Golden Knights zone, and this puck, to its credit, right, we weren't sure what we were going to see out of both teams to begin this hockey game. Both teams are moving this thing around, and it's moving out there as that little black dot on our television sets. It's to the far side, shot in by the Vegas Golden Knights, near side, picked up, drifted towards the pads of Skinner, takes a fortuitous bounce off the boards, and, well, it's spun back down by the Vegas Golden Knights, chasing after it, though. First one to it, Ryan McLeod, near side, over to Vinny Desharnais down the right wing. He'll drift a shot, blocked by Martinez into the corner, and this one comes off the wall now for Whitecloud. The Oilers continue to tie up along the wall. The referee kind of impedes McLeod's way, and it's going to be chipped up off the boards now by the Oilers, back into the Golden Knights zone. Both players for the Oilers and Golden Knights kind of rolling along there, and it's going to be nicely stolen away by the veteran savvy of Corey Perry as the Oilers complete a line change, get the third line out there. There's Sam Carrick driving into the far side corner. He's going to spin up along the wall, stolen there by Connor Brown, pass to the middle there by Janmark Fandon on the backhand, back down low to Carrick. Carrick's rolling around in behind, and this is going to be huge as Bouchard loaded up the one-timer, drifts a shot on net from the far side boards instead, and it's chipped out by the Vegas Golden Knights. But you want to watch a key matchup for the Edmonton Oilers tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. It is going to be the usage and the success level of which the fourth line has against whoever they're out there against for the Vegas Golden Knights. That time against the Jack Eichel line, getting the shot on net, and that's a beautiful tip there from William Karlsson. Mentioned that a few moments ago, but just a great opportunity from a dead area of the ice to get a shot on net, and there's Dylan Holloway delivering a thundering crash along the end wall as well on the replays. Here's Nugent Hopkins, shot to the side of the net, hit Hyman, stayed in the air, batted out, rebound now back to the point and down low to Nugent Hopkins off a body wide. But this Oilers team, right out of the gate, 4 shots in less than 4 minutes to begin this hockey game, and 2 consecutive icings against the Vegas Golden Knights. Friends, I don't want to say it, but I think if the Oilers score first here, we're in for a big doozy tonight, as it could be a fun one against the Vegas Golden Knights at home. As the Oilers kind of get that one, as it stayed in the air, actually never hit Hyman. It was a shot on net by Nuge that hit the pad blocker, and then it was batted out by the stick of Adin Hill and a stick up top by the Vegas Golden Knights. Face off to the right side of Adin Hill, far side inside the Golden Knights zone from the camera perspective. This one will be face off one back here now by Nurse over to CC. The shot drifted towards the net, blocked in front. There's a Vegas Golden Knight kind of wincing, getting that one down the length of the ice. Stuart Skinner lost it in his feet. I've seen that happen once or twice, as this one is moved ahead by Darnell Nurse. And again, that's another puck that just kind of loses away from whoever's handling it. I wonder maybe if there's a little bit of an ice issue within the Oilers zone here. I know it's been a little bit of a warmer day than it has been the past few here in Alberta. I don't know if that tracks necessarily north for the Edmonton side of the province, but you get where I'm going. Is it's a 12-degree day here after a -2 day in southern Alberta yesterday. So interesting to see maybe if the conditions within the rink from the exterior are not quite the same as they should be on a regular day in maybe March, February, January, you know what I mean? So here we go, friends. We are rolling along. And we've got Adin Hill, first 19 games this season, 14-4-4. His last 13, 4-8-0. 3.73 goals against average. Face-offs at center ice. Brett Kulak's got the puck, one back, and fought forward by the Vegas Golden Knights. Jonathan Marchessault across the line. The puck now into the near side corner. Shot loading save made by Skinner. And this is also a big game for Stuart Skinner. He's got to look good here, or there's going to be a lot of Oilers fans on him about kind of worrying if the Vegas Golden Knights are the first round matchup. Near side puck continues to roll around. Bad camera angle had the Vegas Golden Knights coming up with it. Instead, it's the Oilers in behind the net now to Warren Foegele. Back to the near side point for Desharnais. Bounced off the boards, jammed his stick. And the Oilers will instead go offside with the puck and just kind of dump it down to Noah Hannafin, who allows the Vegas Golden Knights to get up through the middle. Instead, stolen away by the speedy Dylan Holloway. Chip to the middle there as Holloway's got 2 Vegas Golden Knights draped all over him, and he's still causing chaos for a brief moment within the Golden Knights zone. That's a good sign for the Edmonton Oilers as well. Skinner to the far side. Batted off the boards there by the Oilers, down low into the Vegas Golden Knights zone towards the face-off, and now down in behind the net, and the Golden Knights try to catch the Oilers sleeping with the home run pass, but Dylan Holloway, first one to it, able to get it back into the Golden Knights zone. Martinez to the far side, picked up by Karlsson, backhanded towards the net off the end boards instead, and the Oilers, Golden Knights, everybody collides along the near side wall inside the Oilers zone. Picked up by Martinez, now picked up by Mantha as the pass keeps rolling around the high point, and instead off the far side wing, it's drifted off a body and out of play on a shot on net attempt for the Vegas Golden Knights. Friends, this has been a good start so far. I mean, you're tied with the Vegas Golden Knights 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, 0-0, and you have the lead in shots. Can't complain about that too much for the Edmonton Oilers here tonight. As you got to expect, we are in for a good performance this evening. Face off now inside the defensive zone. Sam Carrick will take the draw for the Oilers against what appears to be the Vegas Golden Knights' third or fourth line. This one on the near side now for Martinez. Drifts the shot, blocked in front by the Golden Knights. Knights trying to get this out from behind the net here as it's picked up by the Golden Knights again in the near side corner. Stripped away by the Oilers. Connor Brown over to the far side. Picked up by Darnell Nurse across the line. Shot drifted towards there. Connor Brown tries to load up a shot. Instead angles one off the far side wall over to Matthias Janmark. Janmark back to the blue line. Shot from Nurse. Drifts in up over top of the net. And you gotta, if you want to be the Oilers here and have good success for everything all told in this first period, you gotta, and that's another good fourth line shift inside the Golden Knights zone, but you gotta get a goal against Adin Hill in the first period. You cannot let him settle in to what could be a beat you performance all by his lonesome. So for the Oilers, you hope to see something here soon. We've got 14:07 to go in this first period of play. Tomas Hertl, the lone real superstar player in the Vegas Golden Knights lineup outside of the regular Jack Eichel nowadays, as that still seems weird to say for years being a Buffalo Sabres. This one's to the face-off dot. Nuge wins it back. Ekholm rips the shot off the end wall, goes off the pad, scrambling the crease, continues to be free. In behind the net it goes, and the Golden Knights jamming away to get it out from behind. And here's Nugent Hopkins getting the turnover. Two Golden Knights as Hertl kind of surveys the situation and is freed up, and Zach Hyman took a bad path to the puck, and it's going to be flipped out by the Golden Knights, easily controlled and corralled inside the Oilers zone by Matthias Ekholm across the line now. Here's Drysdale, stripped away from him and the Golden Knights. Can't quite get this one out. Nice save by Nuge. Oilers top line for right now anyway, with Nuge, Hyman, and Drysdale. Tried to get something rolling, a pass right onto the tape of the Golden Knights, back down into Oilers territory as Colasar takes the puck down low, and then a secondary Golden Knight came in to support. Both teams battling down low against the Oilers here as it bounces off Golden Knight's skate, and it'll go to the far side boards. The shot's almost dead even, 4-3. Really no team running away with it yet. Shot towards the net, blocked in front. Bouchard turfed a Golden Knight in front on the block, and this one comes now along the wall for Zach Hyman. He's knocked down to a knee. It's Hannafin skating it away and then batting along the wall and flipping out of the Golden Knights to the middle of the zone and getting it on a bounce out to center ice, and picked up now by Kulak and Desharnais inside the Oilers zone as both teams complete line changes. Eichel on the ice now for the Golden Knights. Near side pass, trying to get past was Fogle, turned back and chopping at it now. Desharnais trying to get it free away from the dead area pass there by Marchessault, hoping somebody would skate into it in front of the net. Nobody could. Golden Knights trying to re-enter the Oilers zone onside, chopped away at the blue line once more, shot in by the Vegas Golden Knights to the near side, picked up by Vinny Desharnais. Friends, we're rolling along here in this first period of play. So far, so good. And I'll tell you, the chat being silent right now is a good sign. The Oilers have yet to give you anything to argue about here in this hockey game. Evander Kane on the ice alongside Desharnais, getting over to the Oilers end. The shot fired in here down low to Adin Hill. He can't keep it alive as the Golden Knights, though, corralled it on the far side. Get it back to the near side, and it's bounced into the middle of the ice, jammed up there. Fogle in front, backhand opportunity for both Henrique and Fogle. Unable to get it through. 11:48 to go here in this first period of play. Up along the far side wall, or near side wall, sorry. Backhanded down low to William Karlsson as the shot continues to come in, and now Fogle will be able to lift out. And I think that was actually blocked in front as Stuart Skinner had gone down in the crease. 4-3, the shots on goal for the Oilers. This has just been low event, high event hockey where really both teams have gotten some looks, but high danger chances, not so much. As this was a good first half of the period so far anyway for the Oilers, as that one showing that scramble in the crease I was talking about a few moments ago in front of Adin Hill that came off the end wall, went in behind his skate and kind of landed in the blue paint for a brief moment. Friends, welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. I'm glad to have you aboard for the ride here this evening, as make sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel as we draw closer to the NHL playoffs. Friends, we're almost there. That much is for sure. But as we now see, it is 4-4 the shots on goal CS as we're getting things behind the moments here for the Edmonton Oilers. That was a quick, obviously, first half of the first period, right? We got, 8.5 minutes gone in this first period, and so far, I'll tell you, literally by the chat not moving more than 2 messages in the whole first period, I'll tell you that's a good sign right now, because for the Oilers, so far exactly what you need out of that first period against the Vegas Golden Knights. You literally just need to keep it close and then find your moment to kind of get that goal and start running away with the hockey game if the Golden Knights give you the chance. But the big problem is you need to get a goal against Adin Hill, or you're going to be in trouble rather quick here, because if you don't get a goal against Adin Hill, sooner than later he's going to settle in and just stonewall you the rest of the way home in the hockey game. Grinch, welcome aboard. But we continue to roll here this evening in what should be a good finish to this first period. At least Jack and Louie now on our television sets. Alan, Vander Kane's up on the second line for the Oilers tonight. It is all hands on deck with O'Connor McDavid, and obviously right now you're just looking for that one line to break through. Like I said, Vander Kane drawn the ire of some Oilers fans over the past few weeks. I will tell you who I expect to score a couple of goals tonight. It would be Vander Kane, not because I expect him to, more or less because that's kind of the way he usually responds to the criticism in Oil Country, as this one comes around to the near side, picked up by the Oilers off the center ice face-off, inside their own zone, rolling to the far side corner, batted back along the wall, continuing to tie up there the Oilers and Golden Knights. Finally picked up near side corner, back to the blue line. Martinez, as far as the shot, blocked in front by the Oilers. Near side pass over to Ryan McLeod, and he's going to scramble this one down in the near side corner inside the Vegas end, along the end wall, picked up again by Dylan Holloway. Darnell Nurse rushes down to help make the play, and, well, Ryan McLeod fans on a play, and now Corey Perry picks up a puck as the Oilers and Golden Knights just can't seem to control this puck within the Golden Knights' end, as that will finally go along the far side wall to Corey Perry, back to the point as it comes over near side to Cody Ceci along the wall. He dribbles it back down to McLeod over to the far side. Perry back to the point shot, and this camera guy can barely even follow the action here. Like I said, scores! The Edmonton Oilers deflect a puck off the far or near side wall, off of Alec Martinez, and Cody Ceci, I believe, got the goal that makes it 1-0 for the Oilers. Like I said, you knew you needed a goal on one Adin Hill. It was probably going to take a bounce like that, and that's exactly what it did, as Darnell Nurse shot that puck in. It was tipped at the near side by Ryan McLeod, and then the shot by Cody Ceci innocently towards the front of the net uses the bank of Alec Martinez, who tried kicking at it, to block it, and it's Cody Ceci from the near side face-off boards kind of getting a kick in favorably from the other team to put the Oilers up 1-0 here. That should be Darnell Nurse and Ryan McLeod with the assist here, far side inside the Golden Knights zone, as we settle into a 1-0 game now, as this one comes along behind the Golden Knights blue line as the Oilers continue to press the attack. A pass to the middle there for Colasar, didn't make it through, and then a turnover there by Ekholm, an uncharacteristic forced play to the middle, almost cost the Oilers. Good job backtracking him back across the center ice line. Here's Carrick over to Bouchard, across now to Carrick off a bounce. So he'll go driving into the boards there as Bouchard's down, that's Brown down low. And it will be Nurse and Perry that get the assists. I would not be surprised to see it updated to Nurse and McLeod, given the fact it looked like McLeod got the tip at the side of the net there, as this one goes to the far side, picked up now by the Oilers and across the Golden Knights line again here. The shot loads. Save made by the blocker of Adin Hill, down off the wall now for Draisaitl, playing it down low to Hyman. Hyman battling along the wall there is picked up again. When they talk about that tertiary scoring for the Oilers, Cody Ceci's more like, who scored that? That guy? That doesn't seem right. But obviously coming up with another timely goal here for the Oilers to make it 1-0 midway through this first period, as the Oilers' first line tries to get the attack going here. Hyman across the line trying to get it down low to McNabb, who will backhand the Golden Knights into the Oilers' territory, an icing call right there. So just like that, the Oilers take the 1-0 lead. 8:50 remaining here in this first period of play. You like to see it. The Oilers rolling along here early on. A good effort so far through the first 11:50 or 11:10 of this first period. But Burton, welcome aboard. You got to hope now for the Oilers that you maintain this effort the rest of the way home here in this well, I guess now first period late half, as you gotta keep enforcing good habits down the stretch here. Pass to the middle there from behind the net. Kane whacking away. Secondary opportunity for Henrique, goes up out of play. As everybody was looking around for that puck, couldn't find it and went off the back wall, off the netting and back into play where the referee blew it dead. So we have a stoppage in play. It's Corey Perry, Darnell Nurse, Cody Ceci, Dylan Holloway on the ice scoring the Oilers. That first goal of the hockey game, friends. We're just about to bust 100 viewers here on the live stream. But what I will tell you, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Hey, if you're a Golden Knights fan, hey, so far you're still here. It's probably going to be a good time to be here during the playoffs, even if you're chirping me a little bit and chirping the chat. Secondarily as well, if you're a new Oilers fan of the channel, we're going to be live all throughout the playoffs, unless, of course, the cat strikes again like it did last year. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But obviously, looking forward to multiple playoff streams this, well, I guess at least 4, if not at least 20, this playoff year for the Edmonton Oilers. So I want you to hit that subscribe button. Friends, for those of you returning to the stream here and you're like, hey, something seems a little bit different here on Dolynny TV in the background, I did rework, I guess you could say, the backdrop here over the past little bit. I got to get the reverse retro, oil drop, oil bullet, whatever you want to say, back up at some point, but I'm not really sold on where to put that one up. I've got the Blue Jays jersey right here, Team Canada jersey right here, Colorado Rockies jersey here. That begins the Oilers onslaught down behind the original Oilers jersey, then the Connor McDavid, then the Bakersfield Condors jersey, basically going, if I switch those two jerseys in order of which I've gotten, you got the reverse retro here, the Heritage Classic, and then of course as well the Edmonton Oilers alternate jersey that will go away here at the end of this season. At least it'll go into the vault for the time being. So friends, welcome aboard again. If you're just tuning in, glad to have you aboard for the ride here tonight. Glad to have you, as it's been a fun hockey game so far for the Edmonton Oilers, as Noah Hanifin 43 points this year and Matthias Ekholm 43 points. Matthias Ekholm only 2 points off a new career high. So we'll see what the Oilers can kind of develop there, friends. And we've got, what, just over 8.5 minutes to go here in this hockey game's first period, and we are at a grand total of 47.35 hours watched, so we should be well over the 50 here by the end of the night. As how is Corey Perry doing? Well, I'd say with the assist tonight, he's doing just all right. At least last I checked, it was credited to him. As 8:38 to go in this first period, the Oilers are going to drop a little set play here off the face-off. Darnell Nurse spun around and trying to push forward was Adam Henrique within the Vegas Golden Knights zone. That'll allow Vegas more or less to get out, and then it blasted right back in by Cody Ceci, and the Vegas Golden Knights trying to get this one out to center ice. A turnover there by Fogle, picked up by Carlson, hammered back in by Hanifin down low into the Oilers zone. Up along the wall there, Cody Ceci, the goal scorer for the Edmonton Oilers, gets along the far side wall, and the Oilers will tap it out to the blue line, where Haig will smack it into the bench and out of play, as the Oilers will sit down for a few seconds here with 8:10 to go in this first period and a 1-0 lead. A game that doesn't have a lot of shots. We've played over, well, just about 12 minutes, and we have less than 12 shots total, so interesting to see where we're at. So 1-0 here in this first period of play. 8:10 to go in this first period. And Cousin Vinny, welcome aboard to the chat. Of course, tuning back in from last year's playoff run. And Lane, welcome in, hoping for maximum Canadian chaos in the NHL playoffs. That would be absolutely sweet. 8:03 to go here in the first period. The face-off inside the Oilers zone is chopped back the other way. Here's Corey Perry off his stick to the far side boards. Holloway taps it back down low to Perry. Perry's battling along the wall there. The Golden Knights knock it off the stick there, and both teams rolling along the far side corner. Back to Matthias Ekholm, looking to the near side for Bouchard. Bouchard loads the shot off the far side, and it goes now back for the Oilers as they try to continue the attack. This one battles to the near side, and it'll be picked up by the Vegas Golden Knights to center ice off a stick and down low into Stuart Skinner's crease area. He had to chop at it actually because of how the Vegas Golden Knights were forechecking down low. Here's Theodore, shot from the point, tipped wide of the net there, and Holloway will load up and bang off the boards and get out to center ice. And the Golden Knights will see the Oilers peel off for a line change with 7:12 to go in the first period. Tipped up off the stick there at Colasar. picked up by Vinny Desharnais up along the far side wall now as both teams continue to roll along, and both teams trying to tie this one up to the far side boards. It comes inside the Oilers zone. Picked up now by Sam Carrick. Again, this matchup critical for the Oilers all night as Janmark battling off the boards down low to Connor Brown. And back around to the near side. Trying to pinch was Desharnais, not wanting to. And then standing tall at the blue line was Desharnais, leaving it there for Connor Brown. Brown rips the shot, blocked in front. But this, again, another couple of moments here in this hockey game where the fourth line is getting the better of Vegas within their own zone. Carrick tries to pass one over to Brown for a one-timer. Couldn't cue it up. And this one comes back along the near side wall, picked up by the Edmonton Oilers. Brown, 6 points, last 11 games. Seems crazy to say, but he's a half-point per game player over the span of his last 12, including tonight. 6:12 to go in the first period of play. Down low to Vinny Desharnais, ripping it up the middle now for Leon Draisaitl across the line over to Zach Hyman. Shot denied by Adin Hill. That's vintage playoff Adin Hill right there, standing tall. Pass to the blue line now for Ceci. The shot drifts towards the net, deflected in front by Hyman. Far side boards picked up by Draisaitl, cleared out by Vegas. Back the other way, 2-on-2 off the stick there. Darnell Nurse will chop it back to the Vegas Golden Knights. Tapped along the wall now, picked up by Barbashev. Turned over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl across the Knights line, looking across to the blue line again. Shot drifts up over top of the net. The Oilers in that spot have to hit the net right there. So this one to the far side for Darnell Nurse. 5:25 inside the Oilers zone to go here. 6-4 of the shots. That's it so far through this first period's 15 minutes of play so far in this hockey game as the Edmonton Oilers load up the attack now near side. Picked up by Kulak. Fired back in by the Oilers. Kane across the line trying to free this over to Henrique. The shot jammed towards the net. Blocked by the Vegas Golden Knights. And 300-plus point season since 88-89 for the Oilers, or whatever the stat was there on the Sportsnet broadcast. Chopped down there by Kulak. Can't get it across. Sorry, Fogle. And now here's Henrique batting it in front for Fogle. Couldn't tap in inside the pads of Adin Hill. And again, that's a nice play, cagey play there by Henrique to turn that puck over. And then he almost doesn't even pay attention there as this goes along the far side wall. Picked up by the Edmonton Oilers. Lumbering down the wing is Evander Kane, looking off the near side boards to Evan Bouchard. The pass to the middle, can't get it going, and now far side picked up by the Vegas Golden Knights across the line here. They'll get into the Oilers zone, pushing down low into the near side as they'll roll along the wall. A shot by McNabb, tipped in front, but saved by Stuart Skinner, who continues to have a pretty good performance here through the first 5 shots, at least of this hockey game. Down low, it continues. 4:04 to go in this first period of play. The Oilers win it up along the wall. McLeod will flip up and spring Dylan Holloway, but it'll go just out of his reach. Adin Hill able to pick it up near side wall, chopped out there by the Vegas Golden Knights down low, and it'll be an icing call on the Vegas Golden Knights. Very much so on their heels here in this first period, just basically icing the puck, I think 4 or 5 times now so far in this first period of play, and that's a sneaky good shot there by Connor Brown, but the Oilers just can't seem to get pucks through here on Adin Hill. So this one a face-off, one back by the Vegas Golden Knights. Near side pass now over as it'll go to Cotter across the line, picked up now as it goes to Mario, trying to drive towards the net, couldn't get through cleanly, and the Oilers able to turn it back inside their own zone. 3.5 to go here in this first period of play. Up through the middle now, picked up by Draisaitl to Hyman along the wall. Down low, he's looking to Draisaitl in behind the net to the far side. Back down low to Hyman. Hyman over to Nugent Hopkins. Had the stick up high and almost took out the referee. That'll help out the Vegas Golden Knights. 3-on-2 back the other way. Here's an attack shot. Save by Stuart Skinner, who was well positioned thanks to the defensive help from his teammates in front. And a big time stop there for the Edmonton Oilers with a 1-0 score with 3:08 to go here in this one. So, Bob, it is very nice to see the Oilers leading right now, and Mike, welcome aboard as well, because I thought it was about time I kind of showed off the jersey collection a little bit better than maybe perhaps I have before as we continue into the late stages of this first period of play. Friends, the Edmonton Oilers playing a lights out hockey game so far. Obviously some things that could be better, but seeing the fourth line doing what they're doing so far tonight definitely gives me some hope for how this one is going to shake out the rest of the way home this evening. So friends, we're up already over 60 hours watched on the stream, so we're aboard for what should be a good one here. So let's go here as David, welcome aboard, man, welcome aboard as well. As we are rolling along here. Just checking the back end. There's a couple of folks accidentally tuning into the old Vegas Golden Knights live stream. Again, that's the nice part about the playoffs. I can actually number them. The regular season just kind of is what it is. You have to sort by date. But yeah, we continue to roll here, friends. Yeah, let's see what else we got going. Do anything else? Yeah, I don't think there is anything else. So we are good to roll here, friends. We'll continue into the late stages of this first period. It's Cody Ceci, the goal scorer here for the Oilers. Obviously the guy who got the big 1-0 goal. Ryan Smith getting an ovation there from Oilers fans in the building as David Perron scoring a goal there with Ryan Smith here as we're watching over some highlights of the later stages of Ryan Smith, and obviously now getting some tips there from Zach Hyman in front on some highlights. As Zach Hyman has definitely taken over a much beloved role that Ryan Smith once upon a time had for the Oilers. That net front, jam it in right on the doorstep kind of guy. As this one continues off the face-off, the Vegas Golden Knights cue up a shot, save made by Skinner, goes into the corner. Eichel will bat it down low, 2:55 to go here in the first period. The Golden Knights have leveled the shot department at 6. And coming back the other way now, here's Draisaitl, a clap! Save made by Adin Hill, and Draisaitl will once again get it back. As that was a beauty of a shot there from Draisaitl, just coming down the left wing and slapping that one towards the net. Not often you see that in the NHL anymore. We saw Sam Gagner do that a while ago for the Oilers, but that's always a fun little play when the Oilers can wrinkle that into the game. As across the line, the shot blocked by Martinez. We got 2:20 to go here in this first period of play. Back into the middle of the ice, Mattias Ekholm knocking it down, looking to backhand down low inside the Golden Knights zone, leaving it there. White Cloud's got it. 2:10 to go as it'll roll across the Golden Knights blue line, back into the neutral. Mantha bats it into the Oilers' end. Mattias Ekholm along the near side wall. Fogle now back the other way, and it'll be chipped into the middle of the ice. Kane to the far side wing is going to wire a shot, blocked in front as White Cloud swallowed up Kane along the far side wall. And the Oilers just kind of now pressing to get down low inside the Golden Knights zone once more. As this across the line again for Kane, looking in the middle of the ice. He rolls it in behind instead. Henrique looking to make the play up along the wall, cut off there rather astutely by the Golden Knights. It'll be picked up back the other way with $1:30 to go here. They are offside at the blue line, are the Vegas Golden Knights, guilty of offsides there. As Adin Hill so far beaten on 1 shot in 6 tries. The Oilers' Stuart Skinner 6 so far, and that one off the goal post. I knew it didn't hit Hill, but it hits the far side post for the Edmonton Oilers. That's a tough break as Leon Draisaitl just about had a memory goal there. So he's also got 5 career 100-point seasons in the NHL. Does one Leon Draisaitl off the near side boards. The Golden Knights win it back to the far side. It goes. The shot fired towards the middle of the ice, drifted onto Stuart Skinner. It was, like I said, it was fired towards the middle of the ice, and then it just hit Stuart Skinner because it bobbled on its way. And here's now a nice play picking up Connor Brown on the attack. The shot off the glove of Hill, bounces in front. Carrick, there's collision in the Golden Knights crease. Hill's down, lost his stick. The Golden Knights across the Oilers line. A little bit of a scramble back the other way. The shot saved off of the far side pad. Shot from Amadio, and that was looking like maybe something that could have changed fortunes there. Save made by Skinner in front off the Golden Knights as the shots heat up here late. We've now had, 2 or 3 here for the Golden Knights inside the Oilers zone. Picked up, backhanded off the wall, turned back by Janmark, and backhanded again off the wall into possession for the Vegas Golden Knights. 35-second scramble to not allow a goal here in the first period for the Edmonton Oilers. So This one goes to the far side. Perry along the far side wall, 26 seconds to go. The Oilers turn it back the other way, picked up by Dylan Holloway, and he will get it back down low into the Golden Knights zone. Corey Perry battling there along the wall, runs the man against the boards, McNabb, and the Golden Knights pick up, go back the other way. 11 seconds to go in the first period. Far side shot drifted towards the net. Stuart Skinner the save. 6 seconds remaining. Shot fired into the middle of the ice and picked up by the Golden Knights. And that will do it for the first period of play. That is a solid first 20 minutes of play for the Edmonton Oilers. Something you have not necessarily needed to see here tonight. And we got it in the fourth line as well. A key bright spot there for the Oilers so far as one of the Vegas Golden Knights defenders just kind of stumbled in. I think that was Hanifin taking out Adin Hill and kind of catching the better of it by putting his arm up against the crossbars. Hill was plowed over pretty good, but Hanifin caught himself well, and Hill doesn't look any worse for wear for it, so that's good news for the Vegas Golden Knights. Bad news for the Edmonton Oilers. You never want to wish injury for anyone, but Adin Hill not being in the playoffs for the Oilers or for the Golden Knights, if the Oilers have to face him in the first round, you know where I'm going. That's not necessarily a bad thing at all. So, hey, now welcome aboard, Madison. Welcome in. So, big thing for Adam Henrique is that he goes to the paint. That's what I will tell you. Adam Henrique in the offensive zone goes to the paint and has tapped in quite a few big goals for the Oilers over his short span as an Oilers player. So, looking forward to seeing more of that kind of paint style from him in the playoffs as we'll continue into the intermission portion here, friends, for the Edmonton Oilers. After one period of play, a 1-0 score over top of the Vegas Golden Knights. St. Louis up 4-0 on Chicago. So basically St. Louis, Edmonton, Arizona win tonight, and the Oilers have a pretty good shot at doing something pretty special towards the end of the season and winning first place in the Pacific Division. So the Oilers goal scoring changed officially to Cody Ceci from Ryan McLeod and Darnell Nurse. That's what you're going to see here right now for the Oilers. It's a 1-0 hockey game. 9-7 the shots on goal for the Vegas Golden Knights, who just seem to get a couple of bang, bang, bang shots on goal there in the last 2.5 minutes of that first period. 17-9 the hits for the Golden Knights. Nice part here is, yes, the Oilers are almost getting out-hit 2-1, but they also have 9 hits. So, again, you want to see the ratcheted up intensity. I think now that the Vegas Golden Knights push back late, you should see it. And obviously the face-offs dead even. The giveaways actually in favor of the Oilers, 3-5. Takeaways dead even, and the block shots, as you know, in favor for the Vegas Golden Knights. Don't know how many times I said the Vegas Golden Knights just blocked a shot. BMAC, welcome aboard. We're seeing a good time so far for the Oilers in that third line. Basically, the McLeod and Holloway guys really getting their boots moving so far. Holloway had a burst there, about a 35-second span where he was all over turning pucks in favor of the Oilers inside the Vegas Golden Knights zone. Hockey, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Again, friends, to everybody that has hit that subscribe button this evening, appreciate that. The only reason I'm asking you to do that is you want to come back, right? This is a decent time, I think. I think I put on a half-decent show at least at times. And the playoffs only get that much better when every game means that much more. So looking forward to having that there. So we'll see what happens here, friends, as we're about to get things rolling this evening. As we're into the first intermission here. I'm going to hit the upstairs quickly, and we'll get into the intermission, just chat about portion here in the next few moments. All right, here we go. We are just about set for this first period to really get up and done with. Obviously, we're in the intermission right now. The Oilers about set to get things going for the second period here in about 10-15 minutes of time. But yeah, we're rolling along here this evening and looking forward to the Oilers finishing this hockey game strong. So yeah, the postseason coming up for the Edmonton Oilers here in a matter of a few days, right? I think it's about 12 days away from puck drop for the Oilers in the playoffs. And then we really get things going, don't we? So obviously right now still trying to decide who is going to be the team we face in the first round, given that we have kind of the ability to do what we're doing here tonight by clinching home ice in the first round if we win. And then as well trying to chase down the Vancouver Canucks very last minute once more. So, we'll see what the Oilers can do here this evening. So, Tim, welcome aboard. As we are up to 41 likes on the stream, friends. If you haven't already hit that like button, make sure to do that as well. That'll just kind of get everybody in here towards the end of the stream. It kind of gives YouTube that suggesting power for the live stream, if you know what I mean. So, BMAC, been a very long time since we had this much forward depth. Well, you look at the lines for the Oilers, right? This realistically is not that bad of a lineup. Obviously not a first place in the Pacific kind of lineup they're rolling out tonight. But this, I think, to some degree would still be a playoff team for the Oilers if you actually gave them, without Connor McDavid, a span of 82 games to make the playoffs. So that's where we're at. So I think we're pretty proud of the effort Ken Holland's put in over his 5 years here in Edmonton Oilers land, really putting together a team capable year in, year out of competing in the playoffs, right? Even that sweep against the Winnipeg Jets, yeah, it was a sweep, but it wasn't necessarily the worst performance you've ever seen from a team in the playoffs. And I think, too, for the Oilers' sweep against Colorado, that was a team that was beat up and tired after 2 rounds, and Colorado was the cup winner. And then the series against the Vegas Golden Knights, Vegas had a hot goalie, got some key guys back in that playoff series, and obviously, too, just kind of physically beat down the Oilers to the point that beating a goalie like Adin Hill wasn't going to happen. So there's a lot of things that have rolled out so far through this season that gives me a lot of hope for the Oilers here this year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can kind of do here against a team that definitely should have a lot of promise, at least in the first round. I think this might be, if the Oilers actually play to their potential, the quickest first round you have seen the Oilers have over the past 3 years combined, right? Of whether it be LA, or this year against whoever we face. So looking forward to seeing how that all shakes out, friends, as we continue along, to see an interview from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who is kind of doing a lot of talking duties for the Edmonton Oilers today, with obviously the captain Connor McDavid out of the lineup. Kind of one thing about Nuge, he is the veteran presence on the team at this point, and obviously a guy that has to step up when you don't have your leader per se in the lineup to speak to the media. He has to step up and be available as a guy to count on for kind of the information from within the team. Friends, we're over 80 hours watched on the stream tonight, so we should be well on our way. Usually it's 100 hours after the second period. Well, we should be well on our way to a 300-hour stream if all goes according to plan. And Alan, right now there is no most likely team to meet in the NHL playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers. That's the craziest part about this whole equation, is we could very well get anybody at this point, the way it's all going. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out at the end of the day. So we're continuing along for the ride here, friends. Connor McDavid's winning a lot of NHLPA player vote stuff, and again, to see if anything's updated in the stats categories here for the Oilers, nothing, as Stuart Skinner's perfect so far through one period of play. Now, does that maintain? Who knows? But again, if you're tuning in just shortly after tuning out following the Oilers' 1-0 goal by Cody Ceci, Ryan McLeod and Darnell Nurse got the assists on the Cody Ceci marker. It was originally credited to Corey Perry. However, Corey Perry passed it to Darnell Nurse, who shoved off the tape of Ryan McLeod at the side of the net, then bounced across over to Cody Ceci, who fired the puck in the net. You know how assists work, but that's the breakdown of how that ended up playing out for the Edmonton Oilers. As now the Oilers obviously lead by a grand total of 1-0 going into this first period intermission, as we'll knock the Cats down here as they're trying to come up the wrong side. It is Johnny. Yes, Mr. Connor McDavid is actually out of the lineup for the Oilers tonight. He's out for the next day or two, I would assume. I think he will be playing, by all consensus, Saturday against the Vancouver Canucks. So he won't play Friday against the Arizona Coyotes, but he will play Saturday likely for the Oilers against the Vancouver Canucks. As the Oilers, pretty much, if they win that hockey game, they win tonight, and the Canucks find some ways to lose the next two hockey games, the Oilers could very well, on that Saturday night matchup against the Canucks, wrap up first place in the Pacific Division as long as they win another game or two down the stretch, right? The Vancouver Canucks have just how many games remaining? The Vancouver Canucks have 4 games remaining. You lose your next two, right? They play the Arizona Coyotes on Wednesday. The Oilers play the Coyotes on Friday. The Canucks lose Wednesday against the Coyotes again tonight, right? Wednesday. And then the Oilers beat them on Saturday. Well, now the Oilers gain technically 6 points if you win tonight as well. And now the Oilers are at 105 and the Vancouver Canucks are at 104. And the Oilers still have 4 games remaining and the Canucks would only have 2. So first place in the Pacific Division. Ask me on Saturday how it looks post-game, because I'm going to tell you it's going to look very well and very good. So Ben, welcome aboard, as well as we're getting things rolling towards this next period of hockey for the Edmonton Oilers. We're about set to see what one Leon Draisaitl can maybe do here in this first bit of this hockey game, the first half, I guess, as the Oilers will try and get towards the 10-minute mark of the second period with a complete effort through half a hockey game and really try and get the job done late in this one. So see what we can do as we continue to roll along, and just trying to see if there's anything else to really make sense of here. Yeah, I don't think there is anything else that we need to look at here. And yeah, I think we're good to go. So yeah, we should be fine. So Simon, marks out of 1,000 so far for the Oilers tonight. This is one of those games where you at least got to give them the perfect marks, right? 1-0 for the Oilers. After one, you didn't really bleed any high danger chances against the Golden Knights. Maybe one in that first period. Stuart Skinner didn't allow a goal or a soft one or anything. The Oilers did find a way to get a bounce to beat Adin Hill. I think too, everybody looked not terrible, which is a big point against the Golden Knights, because again, the Golden Knights will expose you no matter what. No matter how good you are, even Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on their best days are still going to find a moment every hockey game they get exposed by the Golden Knights. So it's a perfect 1,000, right? 1,000 out of 1,000 so far for the Oilers, simply because you did everything any Oilers fan would ask this team to do, at least through one period against the Golden Knights. Now, is the effort in the first going to be good enough in the third? No. Is everything we saw in the first good enough to win this hockey game? No. Obviously, you're only up 1-0, but given that Connor McDavid's out, all factors kind of playing into this one, it plays pretty well that the Oilers had a decent go here against the Vegas Golden Knights, at least to start this hockey game. And, well, look at this. Looky here. The Arizona Coyotes reportedly preparing for possible relocation to Utah as soon as April 18th. This one, you got to feel bad for the Coyotes fans, the 5 of them that are still in the state of Arizona. But obviously it's just been a tough go, and it looks like the NHL is prepared to sell this situation off. And if they're willing to get rid of the Arizona Coyotes, that seems pretty crazy, all told, given the fact that the Oilers desperately need the Coyotes desperately need to solve their situation, and seeing the fact that it could very well be the Utah team that comes in a relocation situation that solves that. That's pretty incredible, actually, that it would unfold that drastically. But again, the Atlanta Thrashers situation kind of unfolded rather quick as well when they became the Winnipeg Jets that year. I remember how that all seemed to shake out back then in 2011. So we continue to roll along here, friends. The Vancouver Canucks and Arizona Coyotes are going to be a huge game here tonight as well, and obviously one the Edmonton Oilers will very well be scoreboard watching for, because you need to know what happens in that hockey game down to a T. Again, you want to watch the Vancouver Canucks hopefully keep their slide going. They've kind of been over the last few games winning, losing, right? They beat the Golden Knights. That sucked. That was a bad result. We needed to win for the Golden Knights there, but obviously for the Oilers it allows us to clinch home ice tonight. 6-3 against the LA Kings. Then you got a 2-1 win against the Coyotes. You go back to a 6-3 loss against the Golden Knights. 3-2 win over the Anaheim Ducks. So when you're looking, the Canucks have only won their last 3 games by a margin each time of 1 goal. So tonight, if the Arizona Coyotes can get up 2, I don't know what's going to happen there. And obviously, too, the LA Kings kind of sticking around here with 93 points. The Vegas Golden Knights at 92. The St. Louis Blues with 3 games remaining should move to 89. So it's a long stretch that the Blues make the playoffs, but hope is not dead yet. The Golden Knights still trying to clinch that final playoff spot in the wild card position. The LA Kings, I think, no matter what, are guaranteed a playoff spot here, and I think just complicates it for just a day longer by the St. Louis Blues winning this evening's hockey game. So it is what it is as we continue along. Jessica, friends, wondering if I'm able to show the hockey game. I wish I could, right? I wish I could be a rebroadcast for you, but that is due to copyright restrictions on YouTube actually illegal. They'll ban me from live streaming for 3 to 6 months, which ain't happening because playoffs are coming up. And number 2, I don't want that nice fancy letter from the NHL head of media saying, yeah, we got to have a little discussion here, cease and desist kind of thing, or we're going to have some time in court. So I'd rather prefer that not happen. So we'll just continue to do the play-by-play here. As the NHL has said, I've been in contact with the NHL over the years about what I'm doing here. They said they love the fact that this is a thing that people actually choose to do. So I'll take the NHL saying that over the NHL sending me some legal letters, I'll tell you that much. So who do I like out east, BMAC? Well, I cheer for the Leafs just simply because I want that chaos theory of the Oilers and Leafs in the final. As much as I hate the Leafs, I do cheer for them. And I think, too, over the years it has always been Pittsburgh, simply because when I came into the NHL fandom, it was right in the first year of Sidney Crosby, and Sidney came in with a lot of hype and a lot of pump-up, and well, he delivered over the course of his NHL career, that much is for sure. So, which city in Utah will likely be Salt Lake, I think, guaranteed. Wherever the Utah Jazz play, that is where the Utah NHL team will play next season. So we're continuing along here. We've got some insanely good looking donuts. Still not as good as Donut Man, I'll tell you that much, but some insanely good looking donuts there on the Oilers broadcast. Buckle up, friends. We're about set for this second period to play. Face off down at center ice. Let's get back to it. As Nicholas Hague picks up the puck for the Vegas Golden Knights, bats up along the wall. The Oilers in control in the neutral zone, back into their own end. 19:50 to go as Draisaitl will bounce it off the Golden Knights player in front. The shot loads from Marchessault, blocked out. Nice block there by Bouchard. Selling down to a knee to make the block on the pad as this one comes near side as a roll up off the wall. The Golden Knights maintain possession. They pushed hard at the end of the first. Here they go again inside the Oilers zone here in this second period of play. So far, no penalties called in this first 20 minutes plus of this hockey game. The shot from Hague, save made by Skinner, scramble in the crease again, and the save made by Skinner once more. With just 42 seconds gone in the second period, the Golden Knights come out with a flurry of 3 or 4 shots in that little scramble in front of the net as Hague drifted the first one initially off the blue line, and then Skinner swallows it up. Might have only been 2 shots all told, but Stuart Skinner doing a good job getting this puck controlled at the top of the crease. Jordan, welcome aboard. And this will now be face-off to the left of Skinner. Henrique out to take the draw, waved out his hurdle, as that's very lucky as Kane went rushing onto that puck. And this will be won back by Amadio now. The shot drifting in from the blue line. Save made there by the Oilers, as I think number 27 is Shea Theodore. I just about second guessed myself. We'll get familiar with the Golden Knights here again soon, I promise you that. As this puck off the end wall to the far side boards, picked up by Hurdle. Hurdle up along the wall there against Henrique. It's CC, the goal scorer so far for the Oilers. Getting it to Henrique near side for Darnell Nurse up along the wall. Picked up by Kane, who is offside just barely. And the Oilers will do the face-off just outside of the Vegas Golden Knights zone. So a good opportunity there for Evander Kane. Just couldn't quite find the puck in the feet at the right angle to keep that onside. We're just a minute and 9 seconds into this hockey game. So nothing too crazy yet as we get this one going here. So face-off now for Ryan McLeod. McLeod will scramble the draw up, but the Golden Knights on the second swipe win it back across to the near side, as this will be William Karlsson? Yeah, William Karlsson along the far side wall. Picked up now by Cody Ceci up along the near side as the Oilers try to bat it out. They will on a nice little extra play. Somebody came up with that puck, able to get it inside the Golden Knights zone. It's to the far side as it continues to roll around along the boards there. And it comes now for Whitecloud, who will work up along the right wing inside the Golden Knights zone. Oilers tap it back into the neutral as both teams now inside the Oilers end of the ice. Is back to the blue line, picked off by Holloway, who's had a good hockey game thus far. Darnell Nurse across the line, shot towards the net. Here's Holloway blocked in front, and it goes up and out of play as Corey Perry was on it in the corner, just couldn't get to it because the play was blowing dead. But friends, we continue to roll along here in this first period of play. Kind of nattered on in that intermission there, but if you are new to the channel, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Would love to have you aboard for the playoff ride as we get ahead of ourselves a little bit. We still got 12 days remaining. There's that there so in the regular season, 6 games tonight included, to decide if we finish first in the Pacific Division. Fourth in the NHL, scoring 3.58 goals per game are the Edmonton Oilers. Here's Kane, block shot in front as this will be fired towards the net again. The Golden Knights tap it up along the wall, out into the neutral zone, back down now Kulak into the Oilers' end along the far side wall against Colasar. Lost inside position, Desharnais comes in, separates man from puck, and back the other way it comes as it'll be picked up by the Oilers here in this blue line area. Back now for Haig. 17:34 to go in the second period. Picked up by the Golden Knights right in the middle as will be fired in all around the far side boards. Marcia Show to the puck. Back down low as the Golden Knights set up the cycle inside the Oilers zone again though. The Oilers will interrupt here once more along that blue line area. Picked up now by Fogle across the line. Fogle pushing towards the net. Jamming it on net to Aiden Hill. And Hill's got the puck somewhere inside him. And that was a push forward effort there from Warren Fogle. Just 2 minutes and 51 seconds into this second period, but Aiden Hill is hurt. And you know, Aiden Hill had that nasty collision in the first with Noah Hannafin, but here in the second period, Aiden Hill is going to get back up to his feet and try and skate this one off. He doesn't seem quite right though. And looking on the bench there is one of the backup goaltenders for the Vegas Golden Knights, I think Logan Thompson. 17:09 to go in this second period, but that was a nasty little play there by Fogle to just push through and get to the middle of the ice. And then Fogle kind of tangles up there and something jammed Aiden Hill on the right side. And just kind of, or is that the left side? Left side actually. And something just in there kind of, ooh, he tried to stand up and Warren Fogle's stick caught him between the groin area. That's what ended up happening there. There was nothing, no serious injury, just a little moment of discomfort there. Oof. 17 minutes to go in the second period as Bouchard picks it up inside the Oilers zone. Aiden Hill 4-8-0 in his last 13 starts across the line. Now comes Leon Draisaitl. That one's somehow onside. I'd like to see that go to a review as Marchessault across the line now drifting it back into the Oilers zone. 12-8 the shots on goal for the Vegas Golden Knights here as it comes stretching back the other way. Falling down on it was Zach Hyman. trying to tap it forward or backwards, however you view that, to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Couldn't do it. Now Jack Eichel right down the seam, coming right through the middle of the ice. Couldn't get a shot on net. Eichel out of the corner looking to make this play. Taps it up along the wall, but that is going to be Ekholm kind of turning them back for the time being, as the Golden Knights back to the blue line here, as the shot from Theodore doesn't load. The shot, though, comes from the point for the Golden Knights, wide of the net, as it comes back along the boards to the near side, as the Oilers will come now for Bouchard across the Golden Knights line. Bouchard to the far side. The one-timer from Draisaitl goes up over top of the glove of Adin Hill, and Darnell Nurse with just about 4 minutes gone here in this second period of play will get it up across the line. Connor Brown fires it in, and the Oilers will get that fourth line that's been ever so effective here through the first 24 minutes of this hockey game on the ice. Here's Carrick batting it to the near side for Brown, who trips on the blue line quite literally, and back the other way come the Vegas Golden Knights. Cotter fires a shot blocked in front by Nurse. Both teams selling out for the block so far, and that's a big hit, as Brown got sat down, not paying attention to the play. 15:22 to go here in this second period of play. They've knocked a shot off the board for the Vegas Golden Knights to backhand it into the Oilers zone. Desharnais inside his own end, looking to backhand this along the wall, instead picked up by a second Oiler, and Henrique will tap it into the neutral zone. The Vegas Golden Knights load up the attack back the other way. Sorry, I think that was Janmark back into the neutral zone, as it's picked up now by Kulak. Kulak to the middle of the ice to the far side. Drifting it down low is Perry with 14:50 to go in the second period of play. Off the boards, back into the neutral zone. That's Hurdle trying to win this one off Kulak, and it's Perry to the far side, picked up by McLeod. McLeod in the middle for Holloway. The drifted tap in front just couldn't work out, and Whitecloud's going to lose that puck, as McLeod and Holloway are just a little bit much inside the offensive zone here, forechecking for the Vegas Golden Knights. This seems backwards, but it's working, as this is Ekholm loading the shot up off the crossbar, but it hit the netting behind the line, and it's 2-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. What a shot, what a shift for the Oilers in the offensive zone. That was a beauty by Ekholm, who again is riding hot, and you love to see it right there. Matthias Ekholm jams that one home. But again, that is all McLeod and Holloway making the Oilers look good, as the puck back to the blue line there. Bouchard with a good keep, and then the feed across by McLeod gets it there to Ekholm, who wires it home. What a shot, what a goal, what a setup there on that shift by the Oilers. And that is a heck of a rocket from Matthias Ekholm, as that one goes right there, and just, corner bar out kind of deal, as the Oilers take a 2-0 lead, 14:19 to go in this second period of play. But as any Oilers fan that has played the Vegas Golden Knights over the past year been a bit would know, you ain't out of the woods yet till you win the hockey game. You got to keep the lead here, and the Oilers have had a hard time doing that against the Vegas Golden Knights, as Matthias Ekholm rockets that one home, far side top corner on Adin Hill, who tried to get that glove up but just couldn't get it there. And now Matthias Ekholm ties the career high in points. This one comes back now off the face-off. We'll redo it one more time. Paul Coffey laughing it up with Matthias Ekholm. Both guys have scored multiple big goals in their career. His 11th goal this season for Matthias Ekholm. Face-off, one back by the Oilers outside of the zone. McLeod and Perry pick up the assist. Perry picks up another assist in this game. This one will stand. And, of course, for Matthias Ekholm, it's his 11th, and Ryan McLeod picks up another key timely assist for the Oilers. Now 2 on the game, stepping up in the absence of the other McDavid for the Edmonton Oilers, as this one in behind the net for the Vegas Golden Knights, picked up by Vegas now to the near side, tapped into the Oilers zone. Darnell Nurse chasing after that puck, pushed it around to the far side boards, picked up by Adam Henrique, back to the blue line, shot drifted towards the net. Save made by Stuart Skinner. 13:34 to go. Shot towards the net, blocked in front again. And the Vegas Golden Knights will wheel and deal off the end wall. Mantha off the boards, back to the blue line for Hanifin, as the Golden Knights try to re-up the attack here, as this continues to the boards and bounced over to the blue line area there by the Oilers into the neutral zone. 13:14 to go in this second period of play. The Oilers will see the Golden Knights jamming in off the glass. I think actually Haig thought better of it there, And it comes back across the line now for the Golden Knights as they continue to work inside the Oilers zone. Again, Vegas has responded well in this hockey game, and now that it's 2-0 for the Oilers, they got a little bit more of a bigger response they need here as Hyman's trying to push into the zone, pushed off the puck there by Hanifin, doing a good job defending, and now the Golden Knights turn and burn back the other way, turned over there by the Oilers for a brief moment, and lifted out of the zone by Vegas at the last moment. 12:38 to go in this second period play, 12-9. The shots on goal for the Vegas Golden Knights up off the glass and into the middle of the ice there. Kulak over to Desharnais up off the boards and tipped back in by the Oilers. Wheeling and dealing down low. How about Leon Draisaitl forcing the turnover for Nugent Hopkins? A shot gloved by Aiden Hill and turned aside. Wow, oh wow, what a good play there by the Oilers to fire that shot on the turned around Aiden Hill rather quickly. And Mr. Matthias Ekholm having a heck of a hockey game here tonight again. So, Aaron, welcome aboard as well. And Bouchard and Ekholm definitely have two very good slap shots. That much we can give them credit for, BMAC. As, yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what happens here for the Oilers as they continue into the later stages of this hockey game. We got just about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go until we're at the exact halfway mark. And unfortunately, we can't even rule that the Oilers are out of the woods yet in this hockey game. We are currently at 118 hours on the stream, friends. So we're working towards that halfway mark of the live stream as well, usually sitting in around that 125-hour mark. We're up to 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the average view duration. So thank you again tonight if you're tuning in and hanging around for a long while. Appreciate that very much. As we're up rolling along here to almost 1,250 views on the live stream. So this is unbelievable. But Magic, yeah, it is actually, I think everybody in the NHL, I know Hronik and Quinn Hughes get a lot of the praise in the NHL this year, but quite honestly, on a lot of metrics, Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm are the best defensive pairing in the NHL. So, yeah, that is going to be interesting to see how it finishes out here the last few games of the year, and especially that game against Vancouver, which defensive pair looks that much better than the other. Ace, Vegas looks doing well. Right now, Vegas is obviously still getting their chances, but the Oilers playing a complete hockey game thus far and doing a pretty good job so far in this one. So the career highs for Matthias Ekholm, plus 42, 164 shots, 11 goals. Those are all new highs. 44 points, ties a career high, and 33 assists, sets them 3 points back. So this one of the far side boards picked up and fired back into the zone here as Matthias Ekholm's out there on the ice right now for the Edmonton Oilers. Wheel and deal back down to Aiden Hill, who will fire up along the far side boards. The Oilers get the turnover as Zach Hyman continues to battle in that far side corner. Looking around now for Leon Draisaitl, who comes to the near side. Play to the middle of the shot, save made, and Hill has it tapped in by Zach Hyman on the rebound in front with Ryan Smith in the building. Let's go. That's a huge goal to put the Oilers up 3-0. Bruce Cassidy's looking it over, but he ain't got not much to look over there, as it is a big time goal right there for the Edmonton Oilers to put them up 3-0. And this one's starting to turn into a big effort here for the Oilers. Like I said, you needed to get one in that first period against Aiden Hill. You did, and now all of a sudden you have cracked him for 3 here. He's taken some bumps. I'm sure he's not 100% in net there for Vegas, but obviously Bruce Cassidy feels good enough to keep him in there. But man, oh man, Zach Hyman, as somebody was saying in the chat here tonight, gets the goal here as this one now to the near side, picked up by one Matthias Janmark, the fourth line, who has pretty much well outperformed expectations against the Vegas Golden Knights so far tonight. Back on the ice here for the Oilers. So this one, 53rd goal of the season. He almost forgot that Zach Hyman has 50 goals. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 47th assist. Leon Draisaitl, 63rd. Here's Kulak right down the lane. Shot fired up over top of Aiden Hill. That was a good looking shot as well. 11:15 to go here in the second period to play. 11-11 the shots. The Oilers have scored 3 goals on 11 shots on Aiden Hill in an NHL hockey game. Let me tell you, if they do that in an NHL playoff game, Um, wow, the Oilers might actually win against the Vegas Golden Knights as Ryan McLeod tied it up there in the neutral zone for a brief moment. It's back inside the Oilers zone, 10:51 to go. Simon, where are you at? I think this second period's only gotten better for the Oilers. Is it possible to be above 1,000? Out of 1,000? As this one's tapped back down into the Vegas Golden Knights end by the Oilers' third line, which obviously led to that second goal for Matthias Ekholm. As this comes back across the line, now the Golden Knights drifted towards the net, and this comes back now for Dylan Holloway, and he will try and keep this one alive. Holloway's been a perfect injection into this lineup following the loss of Connor McDavid for tonight's game. Across the line, here's Corey Perry looking for the shot. Perry dragging to the middle, scramble in front. Aiden Hill's able to free it up for a brief moment. Ryan McLeod stole it away from him. Nurse to the middle, passed off there by Holloway. Nifty pass to McLeod to keep it going into Oilers' possession. This Oilers' third line, man, I think we might have something here come playoff time. As this comes along near side, pass back up the middle, shot fired towards the end wall. And now Darnell Nurse will pick this one up. 9:49 to go in the second period. I think, you know what, Adam Henrique might find himself on the Oilers' fourth line at some point during the first round of the playoffs if Dylan Holloway plays himself into a third line role alongside Perry and McLeod. This comes up off the wall here. Now to the middle of the ice and the Vegas Golden Knights away, because you're going to need Evander Kane to play top 6 minutes against LA or Vegas. I'll tell you that much. As this comes back down low, Kane, aforementioned, back to the blue line. Can't get it through. 9:18 to go here past now Matthias Ekholm. Back up the near side. Picked up by Fogle to the far side to Kane. Kane backhands down low. Fogle trying to get to that puck. Does. Off the end of the net there behind the goal line. Kind of bounced away from Fogle. Back the other way it comes. Now Bouchard's going to tap this one back down. And 8:57 to go here in this second period. Puck now picked up by the Vegas Golden Knights as both teams battling along the end wall in the Oilers' zone. Bouchard rattles the man against the wall. Ekholm able to fire that one out from in front of the net, and here's now Marchessault trying to drift one down behind the net, get that going for the Golden Knights. Can't do it against Matthias Ekholm. Bouchard trying to roll that along as well. Both teams still battling for that puck. Picked up now by the Oilers and fired up by Zach Hyman all the way into the Golden Knights zone. That, however, as the Oilers got run around a little bit inside their own end, will be an icing call with 8:25 to go in this second period of play. So, there you have it. This has been a fantastic effort so far for the Edmonton Oilers here in this second period. After a pretty good effort in that first period, all told, I think we can agree, as this will come now free at the Golden Knights face-off, as they won the face-off, but it was battled out by the Oilers. And here's now Ekholm to the near side for Nugent Hopkins, back up through the middle and tipped there by the Golden Knights back to the Oilers' blue line. Across the line, cut off instead by Nugent Hopkins. Berger flipped there by Draisaitl over to Hyman. Hyman looking to make the play. He's going to back it down to Brett Kulak. 7:59 remaining here in this second period play. The shots are still only 11-11 in this period, so you got to think where we were. 9-7 after the first period of play. So Golden Knights have 2 shots. The Oilers have 4 over half of the way through this period. Barbashev, the shot fired wide of the net there, as it'll go back to Hurdle. Down low now to Vinny Desharnais with 7:38 to go in this second period of play. Lifting ahead, Kulak fires it in near side off a body inside the Golden Knights zone, as Aiden Hill for some reason gave up on that puck, and the Golden Knights come back the other way with 7.5 to go in this second period of play. Desharnais across, looking behind the goal line to keep this puck free. It does come to Mr. Connor Brown, who's again had a pretty successful night so far, not being outscored by the Vegas Golden Knights. That's a pretty big victory there, if you don't ask me, as this comes down to Carrick. Near side corner, flipped up along the wall, picked up now by Janmark. 6:57 to go in this second period, and the Oilers now just have to more or less wind things down and really take control of things the rest of the way home in this second period of play. As this one back along the blue line area for the Edmonton Oilers. Dylan Holloway trying to get this going. 18-16-6, the road record this season for the Vegas Golden Knights. Pretty mediocre all told, if you ask me, as this one comes back across the Oilers' blue line back into the neutral zone, played there by Sam Carrick as Holloway will battle it along a Vegas Golden Knight as the Oilers get a line change. Holloway, a risky line change there for the Oilers. Won the battle, however, and the Golden Knights, though, start back the other way into the Oilers' territory. 6:15 to go. Tipped off a stick there, still in possession for the Golden Knights. Shot off the post, and it comes right in front, and the Golden Knights missed shooting that puck back on net on Stuart Skinner, who would have surely been beat on that one, as that's a big battle won there by Darnell Nurse. Cross-checking Whitecloud is Nurse as well along the end wall inside the Golden Knights zone. Back in the middle of the ice. This is going to be an odd-man chance. Mantha on net. Swallowed up by Stuart Skinner, and the entire side of the ice behind the Oilers' net explodes in a round of applause for the starting goaltender this evening for your Edmonton Oilers. One, Stuart Skinner, who comes up with a beautiful, brilliant save on Anthony Mantha on the breakaway, odd man rush, whatever you want to say. And it was a good one for the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, it is 3-0 for the Edmonton Oilers here in this hockey game so far through the mid part of the second period. If you're new to the stream, I want you to hit that like button, and I got a second ask for you. If you're new, I want you to consider coming back for the playoffs. That could very well feature the Oilers and Golden Knights first round. Hit that subscribe button. Come hang out with us here on the live stream. You can see it's a pretty good time so far, I think, all told, right? I'm judging by the watch time. Most of you are sticking around here. 5-minute and 47-second watch time this evening as we continue to roll along. So 1436 times 5.8. When we go multiply that all out, we get a grand total of 138 hours on the live stream so far. So well on our way to likely getting the job done here for a 300-hour stream. And friends, if you're wondering what that all means, that's just basically judging how well the live stream goes. So we'll see what happens here, friends, down the stretch. But obviously, thank you so much for being aboard this evening. Really do appreciate you hanging out with us here on the live stream. And the Oilers obviously appreciating the effort from their players on the ice this evening, as we're up 3-0 after just about 2 periods of play. So see what the Oilers can do here in this one as we'll go into the last 6-ish minutes of this second period of play. Looking forward to seeing the Oilers continue to crush it. The Stanley Cup playoffs do begin April 20th. I think the Oilers might begin their season obviously on the 21st, 22nd, somewhere in there. So not too sure where that will roll, but obviously we're about to find out here. Is $1,000 to Ice District Authentics. That would be huge for some playoff merchandise if you bought a 50-50 tonight. You end up winning that. So we're about to go here for this face-off down. One back by the Oilers. Drysdale in behind to the far side for Bouchard. Bouchard picked up along the wall, turned over to the Golden Knights. Shot in front, tipped. Skinner the save. The shot again up over top of the net, as Drysdale will see the Golden Knights play it up along the near side, or far side wall, sorry, as this one comes in front again. The Golden Knights still trying to push back here. Marcia Show trying to get a shot open for Hegg. The save made by Stuart Skinner. And there you have it. Stuart Skinner doing the job right there. Stop that puck once more. And the Oilers so far in this one rolling along 3-0. Stuart Skinner, a big time game here. The more he shows for this hockey game tonight, the better off the Edmonton Oilers and everybody are here this evening. So that's a big time swallowed up save. And so far the Oilers have made sure Skinner has had the easy looks in this hockey game, not much as well, as Skinner's clamped down to a .223 goals against average and a .918 save percentage over his past 4 games. He's 3-0-1, by the way, as this one across the blue line now for the Golden Knights. Wheeling and dealing down low. The shot towards the net, off the post again. The Oilers getting bailed out here late in this second period by that little piece of bar in behind Stuart Skinner, as that's 2 off the post here inside the last 4 or 5 minutes that have kept this game in a 3-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. This puck lifted out to center ice. Fogle does a good job tying up. Henrique's going to come up with it, lift it backhand inside the Golden Knights zone. Kane's coming down chasing for it, can't do it. 4:48 to go in this second period to the far side, picked up by the Golden Knights, turned back by Sam Carrick. Here comes Connor Brown, who's a point per game or a half point per game player over his last 12 games. Interesting note. Hurdle back into the middle of the ice. That's going to seem weird come playoff time, but it is what it is. As Darnell Nurse to the near side, bouncing it along the boards now for Carrick. Carrick over to Brown. Brown fans on the pass. Still with the puck, trying to fight it forward. Can't do it. Now in behind the net, the Vegas Golden Knights have with 4:18 to go in this second period of play. Back down low inside the Oilers zone. The Golden Knights 14-11. The shots on goal for them as it comes to the near side now for Darnell Nurse. We are inside the last 4 minutes of play here in this second period of play. Puck over to the far side now for McLeod across the line. Poked off his stick. That McLeod and Holloway combo has been deadly for the Edmonton Oilers today against the Vegas Golden Knights. It's still daylight outside here in southern Alberta at 8 o'clock at night, by the way. I love that. I love every minute of that. 3:43 to go. The Oilers have iced the puck here in this second period. So we are just about up and down in this second period. So Jack, welcome aboard. I've been meaning to get you in there, but the Arizona Coyotes playing their last season. Well, for now, they'll be back. Don't you worry. Gary Bettman will not allow the NHL to go very long with the Arizona Coyotes. And Action, welcome aboard as well. And Mark missed you on earlier there saying to hit that like button. Well, we're up to 61 right now, so we can definitely finish up over 100 by the end of tonight's broadcast. One might figure. Puck to the middle of the ice here for the Vegas Golden Knights. Nice play, knocking it down, shot towards the net. Comes to the near side for Eichel. Now near side for Hurdle again. That's Barbashev. My bad. 49, not 48. And now turning and burning back the other way is Darnell Nurse. The shot pumped on net. Save made by Aiden Hill down low. It's Leon Draisaitl again. Ekholm fires the shot. Save made by Hill again. And this one in the middle of the ice, chasing it to the far side boards is Hyman. Hyman back to the blue line for Bouchard. The Oilers' top line has something cooking here. And it's going to be back out in the middle of the ice. We've got an offside as Barbashev's got the puck caught in his pants or in his skate or something, actually. Yeah, wedged in between the blade kind of area right under the boot there. And this is a big-time stoppage here in front by that post off the bounce there for the Golden Knights. Went off the stick of Kulak as well. Drifted off the post and away from the net. The Oilers getting some luck here, so we're liking it as we go 15:33 times 6, and we go up to 153.3 hours on the stream so far tonight, friends. We're rolling along this evening. I will again, I'm pushing here towards playoffs. I'll encourage you to definitely hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I want you aboard for the playoffs. I'll give you a live update on that right now before we get too serious about things here late in tonight's hockey game. And I start forgetting stuff, but we're up to 15,183 subscribers. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button here tonight, make sure you do that as well, because you want to be aboard for the playoff run here on Dolynny TV. I'll tell you that much. It was a lot of fun last year. So Jack, the big relocation for the NHL will be to Salt Lake. We'll find that out as early as next Thursday, so that's exciting to see for the Oilers and everybody involved as another team kind of goes up into that middle of the U.S., right? Not the Midwest, kind of the central. I don't know even what they call that area of the United States, that Utah area, the Rockies. I don't even know, honestly, to guess with you. But we will find out what the NHL and the Arizona Coyotes and the Salt Lake Entertainment Group ultimately decide on here soon when it comes to the future of the NHL inside the state of Utah. So we will have Marsha Show here with 17 goals right in front, not from the crease, but right in front in that slot area, low slot area. Career high 41 goals, of course, carrying on what was a special playoffs for Marsha Show last year, and still trailing Mr. Zach Hyman by, 12 goals this season? As this face-off is won back by the Vegas Golden Knights, 2:52 to go in this second period of play. Puck back into the neutral zone as the Oilers come up with it. Ekholm fires it in towards the net. Misses wide on Aiden Hill, bounced up off the boards. Bouchard, first one to it on a tap there from the Golden Knights as it comes into possession for the Oilers down low. Kane rims it around to the far side boards. Fogle with the puck, bounces up to the blue line again. Bouchard, the shot, the save made by Hill. And for the first time in a long while, The Oilers take it here. Here basically with a first shot of the hockey game. Big save there. First opportunity to take the shot lead for the first time in a while in the hockey game. I'm losing my mind here. My apologies. It's been a long night already. We're almost done 2 periods of play, as this one will be a face-off now inside the Vegas Golden Knights zone. As Ryan McLeod will come for a face-off here as Carlson wins it back for the Golden Knights, and the Knights looking to make the play out into the middle of the ice. Tapping it down low to Stuart Skinner. Skinner leaves it on there for Kulak. Kulak up along the wall. Back now picked up by Theodore. Skating around. Theodore to the middle of the ice. Rips the shot. Save made by Skinner in front and then tapped away by Corey Perry. Rather on a timely play. And it comes back in the middle of the ice. Picked up again by the Golden Knights and fired back down low. It'll be an icing call against Vegas. And this now will be an opportunity now for the Oilers to get an offensive zone draw with 2:01 to go in this second period of play. The Golden Knights kind of scrambling things up. The Oilers are 42-11-1 when scoring 3+ goals this season. Oh boy, as this one comes along to the near side. It actually got cut off there off an Oilers skate. Now 3-on-3 back the other way. The Oilers seal it off in the middle of the ice. Nurse onto the tape now of Connor Brown, leaving it there to the middle of the ice for Carrick. Try to poke it forward. Can't do it. The Oilers do actually end up doing it with help from the defense as Aiden Hill will backhand down low to the stick of Theodore. Sorry, I always screw those two up. And this is now picked up by Carrick. Carrick shot fired towards the net. Blocked in front there again. And Carrick's going to try and scramble this one to the far side. Instead, we've got a penalty upcoming and a possible interference call against Sam Carrick of the Edmonton Oilers with $1:29 to go in the second period. It looks like actually Shea Theodore is going to the box here. So interesting to note. I did not think they were going to the box, but Vegas Golden Knights will be guilty of an interference call somewhere here on the play. Actually, that's a slashing call. Okay, I thought I saw an interference call. Who knew? Who cares? The Oilers get the power play. $1:29 to go, and it'll be a different looking power play. Evander Kane's the first one on it for the Oilers in place of Connor McDavid. Evander Kane bats the puck back off the face-off for Leon Draisaitl as Nugent Hopkins back to the blue line now for Bouchard. Shot fired, jammed in front by everybody down low. And it comes back now for Bouchard. Far side over to Draisaitl. Puck flipped up on him. As it's back to the near side now for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge over far side. Draisaitl drifts a shot just wide of the net. Nuge back in front looking to the far side instead for Leon Draisaitl as the Oilers power play tied for 4th in the NHL. Back to the blue line. Draisaitl shot towards the net. Blocked again as Bouchard. This top power play unit is whipping the puck around rather well, getting some shots towards the net. And the Vegas Golden Knights, with 40 seconds gone, able to clear out of the zone as Bouchard will load up and try and get things started here inside his own zone. This uncharted territory for the Edmonton Oilers, having to get Ryan Nugent Hopkins starting through the neutral zone. Across to Kane, the puck goes. Now Draisaitl has it far side. Puck now cleared again by the Vegas Golden Knights as this is where the discombobulation begins for the Edmonton Oilers and their power play here this evening. This one along the near side, picked up now by Nugent Hopkins again through the middle of the ice. Kane's onside by an eyelash, I guess, as McDowell will fire it off the wall out of the Golden Knights zone back into the middle of the ice, and the Oilers just really killing clock here with 7 seconds to go. Onside as Hyman just kind of towed the line, and that will do it in this second period. The power play wastes $1:29 of precious minutes off the clock as the Oilers lead 3-0 after the second period of play here against the Vegas Golden Knights. Friends, thanks so much for being aboard. Again, we'll tell you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll be right back. Just go refill the water, get a break in, and we'll get this thing done here for 3 periods of play soon. All right, friends, let's do this. 20 minutes of play separates the Edmonton Oilers from a very good showing against the Vegas Golden Knights. Looking forward to seeing how that all shakes out and ends. I think we all are, because it was a pretty good first 40 minutes of play. Up is always good. So there we go, friends. We got a power play to start the third period, so we should be able to wind down 30-ish seconds against the Vegas Golden Knights to begin the period, and then we really try and decide this hockey game in the final about 19 and a half of this third period upcoming, as the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights engaged in a pretty good hockey game thus far. Obviously, it's been fantastic to see the Oilers put forward the effort. It is the Vegas Golden Knights kind of A- squad versus the Oilers B squad when you consider Connor McDavid's out of the lineup. So obviously not a true test of both teams realistically speaking, but at the end of the day, I don't mind seeing the Oilers doing what they are doing thus far. So yeah, we'll see what happens right now for the Edmonton Oilers as we enter the second period intermission, friends. I am going to send you a commercial break right now. If you didn't get it, oh well. If you did get it, I'm sorry. As we will continue into the second intermission portion of tonight's hockey game as it continues to go, as of all the gin joints in oh boy. So looks like even Arizona media is thanking everybody for being a part of the Arizona Coyotes thing here. So oh boy. Wow. So it's really tough to see the Arizona Coyotes going. There's a lot of stuff happening here. So that is interesting to see that the Arizona Coyotes are truly going to be leaving for Salt Lake City. It seems like that's where we're at. And as well, you look at this right now, 12th goal of his rookie season for Cameron Wright, who is looking to be a very big part of the Oilers' future, at least at a replacement level over the next few years upcoming. So good for the Edmonton Oilers here. So yeah, let's see what happens here for the Oilers as we continue into this second intermission. We're talking about Darnell Nurse right now. So yeah, I don't think there's really much else to add. I guess we can, at the end of the day, truly recap those stats after one period of play. Right now, the score 5-1 for St. Louis over Chicago. That is a guaranteed win for them, with 5:05 going in the third period of play. And then as well, the Vancouver Canucks, well, they are yet to play. They start at 8:30 this evening against the Arizona Coyotes. We'll get about 10-15 minutes into their first period before we truly sign off for the night. The Oilers and Golden Knights all told so far here, friends, as we look things over, right? It's 39-25 the hits now. This has definitely been a good battle. Like I said, the Golden Knights are down 3-0, but this game very easily could be tied based on some posts. An odd man chance the Oilers gave up that Stuart Skinner somehow didn't overslide on. The shots are only 17-13 all told for both teams, so there's been 30 shots through two periods. Face-offs are dead even. Giveaways, the Golden Knights have been giving the puck away for free tonight, 10-6, and 7-6 the takeaways for the Oilers. Block shots 11-11, so not astronomically high, but again, shots have been at a premium through two periods of play. And look at this here, Cody Ceci from Ryan McLeod and Darnell Nurse, Matthias Ekholm from Ryan McLeod and Corey Perry, and then you've got Zach Hyman from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Leon Draisaitl. So you've got two defensemen with goals. You've got Ryan McLeod with 2 points. Your third line has 3 points all told, thanks to Corey Perry. And you've got 3 points from defensemen tonight as well. And your top line's only factored in on 1 goal thus far. So for the Oilers, pretty much as planned for a game against the Vegas Golden Knights in which you don't have Connor McDavid. And you got to just appreciate that pump it home slap shot there by one Matthias Ekholm on the far side, glove side of Aiden Hill. That was a beauty of a shot. Perfect setup. The Oilers have done everything right that you need to do to beat a goaltender like Aiden Hill tonight, right? A guy who gives you fits every single game. So, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see the Oilers coming up with the effort right now this evening. And friends, we're closing in 185 hours watched on the stream, so we should be well on our way to getting it close to that big grand total at 250, if not 300, by the end of this hockey game. I would guarantee you that we cross that nice threshold of probably about 300 all told, depending on how this game finishes up down the stretch, as Jack Michaels might say. This one now, we'll keep seeing if there's anything else here as well. So as well, what's looking like it could happen. So if Tucson is to be part of the Arizona leaving for Salt Lake, Tucson would be relocated from Tucson to Tempe and play out of the Mullet Arena. So Tucson would occupy the Mullet Arena alongside the Sun Devils if the Arizona Coyotes did leave for the city of Salt Lake. So we'll see what happens here as we are about set for this third period. We've got some highlights upcoming, and then things will get fired up. Friends, I'm going to go take a brief moment to check on what's going on up front on the street, why the dog's freaking out, and then we'll get right back to it. Just give me a moment. Let's take myself off mute and let's do this. All right, we are about set for this third period to play. We just, like I said, have one more set of highlights to do, and then we'll be up and done for the intermission, and then we are set for what should be a fun finish to this hockey game. Again, a reminder at this current moment, the Oilers up 3-0, 17-12 the shots on goal for the Oilers after 2 periods of play, 39-25 the hits for the Vegas Golden Knights. They've been heavy, as they always are. The Oilers weathering the storm, getting the better of the opportunities on net, and obviously cashing in 3 goals so far this game from CC Ekholm and Zach Hyman. So nothing to be too upset about as an Edmonton Oilers fan so far through this hockey game, as both teams doing their job thus far, and both teams kind of now looking for that final frame of what is hopefully a victory for the Edmonton Oilers down this hockey game, as that would clinch home ice in the first round, as Connor Bedard took another hard pop there against the St. Louis Blues, and looks like there was a fight almost immediately there that St. Louis still got the better of, as everybody's still trying to get to one Connor Bedard a little bit here in the NHL, learn him into the league a little bit here. So we'll see what happens. As Brad Marchand obviously wins the which player would you love to have on your team that you hate playing against. And there's the Sportsnet Central updates as well. We'll get to watch how the Blue Jays lost today's hockey game. We're still waiting to get the Blue Jays live streams up and underway. I think sometime this weekend, maybe Sunday, will be the day that we get that going. So as we see what happens. So This one, Ken Reed, Ivan Kozmak on the desk right now, getting us going for these Toronto Blue Jays highlights. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. roping one to left field at Rogers Center. That's always a good sign, as Vladdy is obviously hitting some home runs to start. Obviously, start this season as the Blue Jays in a 1-1 hockey or 1-1 ball game had the bases loaded and just couldn't bloop one home. Tim Mays in the 10th gives up a home run against a righty. Of course, the high leverage pitchers for the Blue Jays currently out, as far as I last checked, Romano and Swanson still kind of need a few more days to get up to speed here for the Blue Jays. So we'll check in on Sunday and kind of see where the team's sitting at that point, and then talk things over from there. But friends, the Oilers and the Golden Knights about set to get things back on their way here in a few moments' time for this third period of play. Another player poll here as well. Which player has the best style in the NHL? It is David Pastrnak by 3 points, I guess you could say, over Nylander, Matthews, Kucherov, Hughes, and Kane. Other players got 54.94% of the vote, but yeah, we are rolling into a 3-0 second period intermission for the Edmonton Oilers right now. An effort that I think we're all pretty excited by, I guess you could say. It's been pretty fantastic. There you have it. Of course, as well, watching some action on the timeline. Our friend Chris, Patrick and I, his friend Chris, they're attending the Oilers game solo this evening. And interesting to see here kind of what happens here as the playoffs go along, what kind of those guys we know that go to the games, kind of where they pop up, which games they end up getting to go to and which games they don't. So that's kind of the nifty part about going to Rogers Place, right? You meet some guys, you make some friends, and you get to know some stories. And obviously some of those season ticket holders, they aren't necessarily always the guys always going to the game, but they definitely get that first priority. And in the playoffs this year, it'll be interesting to see who is sitting in where, kind of deal. So friends, we are on the last commercial break. Then it is third period time, and the Edmonton Oilers will kick off what should be a fun-filled affair in the third period to try and bring home a very well-played hockey game thus far. I think all of us pretty thrilled up with what has been a good effort tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, and now it's just about bringing it home here in this third period. And as I look again, just double checking things in the background, looks like we are absolutely rolling along tonight, friends. Thank you so much for being aboard. Just about to cross 2,000 views here on the live stream this evening, just crossed 70 likes. Again, if you haven't left a like on the stream, make sure to do that. And like I said, I know I've flashed the graphic a couple of times tonight, but again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I want you to do so. Stick around for the playoffs. But that is, we've reached that point of the stream where if you can't hit the subscribe button, you can't hit the like button, you don't have a YouTube account, whether you're a regular follower of the channel, regardless of that, or if you just kind of tuned in for the first time and you can't do anything but you're watching along and you're like, man, I wish I could, but I can't. Or, hey, you know what, I'm just testing it out. Thank you so much for being aboard here this live stream, every live stream, I guess, if you're coming back from multiple. It's kind of the unsung hero role on the live stream. Those of you that watch back home without a YouTube account, can't watch, can't subscribe, can't like, whatever you want to say, but those of you back home that definitely tune in on a regular basis and don't get counted in by the YouTube numbers that maybe I can see on my end. Thank you so much for being aboard as well this evening, as that's a moment I like to kind of share, and it's a moment we'll kind of make really special during the during the playoffs, hopefully, as you know how big the numbers can sometimes get during those playoff games. So no, it's going to be a special time this spring, and obviously right now, no mass evacuations due to wildfires, nothing crazy happening in the province of Alberta quite yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing things shake out here for us in these playoffs, that everybody should be able to get aboard and really have a good time in this hockey game. The city of Edmonton lit up on the skyline right now. It's just getting dark in Edmonton at 8:30. Not quite fully dark. It might take another half hour yet. So we're along for the ride here, and it looks like we've got some highlights here of some highlights here is the old selfie celebration there. And USA Hockey, the junior girls Tier 2, 14 and under national championship for the USA there is Gordon Mark. Who's Gordon Mark? He's a former Edmonton Oiler, shoots right defenseman. That's a name I don't think I've ever heard in Oilers history, to be honest with you. Interesting to see. So, there you go. You learn something new every day. Missing Edmonton Oilers players of yesteryear. Cody Ceci, Matthias Ekholm. The next guy you see on your screen, Zach Hyman. Those are your goal scorers so far through. 2 periods to play. The Golden Knights fire us off for this third period of play. A shot turned aside from center ice by Stuart Skinner. 22 seconds to go here in the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. Drysdale across the line. Pushes past Hanifin, directed down along the end wall. The Golden Knights will bat out into the neutral zone, take a bounce off an Oiler. Skinner knocks it down, but that will kill it for the Oilers power play here. Bouchard could hustle, but it's not going to happen. Across to Drysdale, they'll try and set the 5-on-5 play up, trying to relax the opportunity for the Golden Knights back the other way, and Nugent Hopkins with an innocent slot shot that Aiden Hill had no other option but to stop the whole way. Makes the save, and we will play on with 19:25 to go in this third period of play. Friends, we're aboard for a good finish here, as we have very limited time left in a hockey game that has taken us to the 8:30 mark of the evening now, as the Arizona Coyotes, for now, the Arizona Coyotes and the Vancouver Canucks are about to get underway, as Nugent Hopkins might have just said something a little unfriendly there to Aiden Hill. I can't read lips, so I couldn't tell you, but 1 goal, 2 assists Saturday against the Calgary Flames for Nugent Hopkins. It was fantastic. You couldn't even hear the goal announcements for the Edmonton Oilers within the Saddle Dome on that Saturday night. 19:06 to go. I went to the hockey game with my brother, checking it out for the first time, his first NHL game, and quite honestly, I'm glad I didn't take him to Rogers for the first one, because the Saddle Dome ain't going to be around forever, and that's an experience you have to get in a good first NHL game experience to kind of almost appreciate Rogers Place all that much more. You're spoiled if your first game's at Rogers. 18:40 to go here in this third period across the line. The Golden Knights turned back by the Edmonton Oilers. Right now, not much of nothing happening in the hockey game. 18-13 the shots for both teams here as the Oilers lead out from behind their own net. Pass to the far side, picked up by Desharnais, and it's tapped across the line by Corey Perry, down low to Ryan McLeod. Now back to the blue line, and it's picked up once again to Vinny Desharnais inside the Oilers zone. So this one comes back to the middle. This one now picked up by the Oilers, batted back in the middle of the ice. Hags got the puck to the far side, tapped ahead across the Oilers line, near side corner, chasing it's Jack Eichel. And I'll tell you, the Vegas Golden Knights haven't looked terrible in this hockey game, but they haven't been quite the same Vegas Golden Knights that we know and hated in those NHL playoffs last year, as this one in the middle of the ice, tapped forward off the glass by the Oilers as Perry across the line, Holloway to the attack, as Hill had to come out and stand up and play that puck out away from his own crease with 2.5 minutes gone in the third period. Ooh, time's winding down. This one comes up off the far side wall, picked up there again by Vegas. Down low, Carlson trying to drag to the front of the net, can't do it. As both teams battle in the front now, tapped there to the far side, picked up by the Edmonton Oilers, played ahead and across the line. Down low is Sam Carrick's first one to the puck, as both teams battling along the wall, freed up by Vegas. Far side, picked up now by Vegas again in the neutral zone. And the Oilers turn it back. Connor Brown across the line. This fourth line for the Oilers hasn't been exceptional tonight, but they have been far from terrible. As Myanmar tried up that puck again, the Oilers defense keeps the puck alive, and the fourth line gets another shift. Carrick throws a hard hit, takes the man down along the wall, but Carrick gets the worst of it, and he's getting up slowly, and he's going to skate to the bench here, hurting for a line change after falling awkwardly there. If Carrick was still on the ice, the Oilers might have had an opportunity towards the Golden Knights net. That doesn't pan out. It's going to be fired back the other way as it's tapped across the Oilers line briefly, and the Golden Knights playing around the middle of the ice. 16.5 to go in this third period, friends. There is not much realistically happening here in this third period, at least to begin. the first 4 minutes, which is a good news thing for the Oilers. Again, kind of similar to that first 10 minutes of that first period. And here now is Zach Hyman, first one to the puck along the far side wall, picked up now by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. In front for Desharnais, up over top of the net. Picked up now by Zach Hyman. Hyman in the middle of the ice now. Desharnais to the near side, over far side. And that puck whipped around and off the boards and out of the Oilers' offensive zone. Kulak in his own blue line picks it up. Draisaitl deflects down low. And this is the part of the broadcast where my tongue starts tying up a little bit here. With the third period, 15:40 to go, as the Oilers control the shot department. Well, 19-13, Cotter on net, wraparound opportunity, jammed out by Stuart Skinner. What a quick move to get the pad down on the far side post. Stuart Skinner just took away a sure goal on the drive by Cotter. Cotter looking to do it again here. Skinner trying not to get caught past the middle. Cut off by the Oilers, who have played a pretty dang good hockey game thus far and are continuing to earn it this evening, as this one comes up along the wall. Picked up by Hurdle. Hurdle to the far side as Amadio will tap in. And the Oilers will see a line change for both teams here with 15 minutes remaining in this third period of play, as the Oilers lift to the far side up off a couple of bounces. 14:54 to go in this third period. I'm just excited. Time keeps winding down. I'm actually going to get a little bit of a post-game evening in. And this one will go down low along the boards now. Picked up by McLeod. Turned back against McNabb. Both teams still battling as it comes free for Bouchard at the point. McLeod to the far side. Picked up by Ekholm. In front. Holloway can't smash it home. And then it's a kick save there by Ryan McLeod. Shot save. Rebound. Off the side of the net. Net comes off. And Perry is yelling for a penalty to the Vegas Golden Knights. And it looks like the Oilers are going to get it there. So you'll love to see it, as that one 14:22 to go in this third period. The referee chatting things over, but I do believe we've got a penalty upcoming to the Vegas Golden Knights for knocking the net off. And the Oilers will get a power play here. Or what do we got going on? I don't know what's happening. That's a weird play, but it looks like, yeah, indeed, the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, I think that's going to be a penalty, as McNabb just tries to not so naturally kind of lean into the, yeah, that's got to be a penalty there. So Daryl, welcome in, as that's a good opportunity now for the Oilers to put this game away officially, as McNabb gets delay a game, knocking the net off while the opposition had possession. And this one now, Bouchard to the far side. The Oilers right in front. Kane jamming away. Rebound still loose. Hill's got the puck finally. It's underneath him, and that draws the crowd in front. 4 Vegas Golden Knights against 3 Edmonton Oilers, as Draisaitl takes a pass by. You guys sure you want to do this now, or we should save this for the party later? And, well, Aiden Hill, as Evander Kane kind of smiling out there. Kane's having a fun one tonight. Kane's had a lot of fun getting an increased role again tonight. Obviously, he's a guy who thrives on big moments, big minutes, and big time in the NHL. And now he'll get another opportunity as this power play continues to roll along with $1:50 to go, as the Oilers have 14:08 to go in this third period to wind down what has been a solid game so far. As we'll say, Mr. Pro there, we'll say we'll worry about the 6-minute mark when we get to the 6-minute mark. This one far side, Kane rips the shot up over top of the net, comes back down low into the Oilers zone. Skinner cuts it off back to Bouchard. 13:46 to go in the third period. Bouchard through the middle of the ice, looking to make the play as he'll get tripped up, and that will be another penalty against the Vegas Golden Knights, who touch up, and this one is going from bad to worse for the Vegas Golden Knights. Where's the bias referees when you need them for Vegas? They can't buy a power play tonight, as this one, yeah, that's a bad tripping call there from Jack Eichel, just getting the stick tangled up in the feet of Evan Bouchard, kind of harassing him there into the boards. Did a good job turning back the attack, and then catches the feet right there. Tough go. So the Oilers will get the 5-on-3, and this smells like an Evander Kane or Zach Hyman goal here. $1:15 to go in this one. 13:37 third period. 3-0. Edmonton leads the hockey game. Let's go 2-man advantage time. So this one face off, won back by the Vegas Golden Knights, cut back by the Oilers, turned back to the Vegas Golden Knights, and it'll be cleared down the length of the ice for a nice killing effort there for the Golden Knights so far, as this will be Bouchard over to the far side, across the line, picked up by one. Evander Kane, now back to Bouchard, far side now for Nugent Hopkins, down low, Hyman back to Nuge, Draisaitl wires it home for rip for the Edmonton Oilers, just like that. It's a power play goal on the 5-on-3 with 13:10 to go in this third period. You know the Oilers were setting that up all hockey game, and the Edmonton Oilers finally get that one from Leon Draisaitl, his 41st of the season, is that it? Yeah, I think he scored his 40th against the Flames. So Leon Draisaitl scores home 41, and good movement here as Hyman back to the point, and this one rips in front. I don't know, maybe it hit Kane as Draisaitl pointed towards Kane. We're going to see if we slow this one down. I told you it smells like an Evander Kane goal, and it might. As Awake, thank you so much for the super chat as well. As we get that fired up here, we'll go commercial free the rest of the way home if you don't so dare me. This one comes back to the point and over to the zone. But Awake, thank you so much. I'm loving it too. It's been a fantastic hockey game so far for the Edmonton Oilers, who have $1:18 to go on the power play still. And good movement here. They're showing it in slow motion, and I think that went all the way through cleanly. But Evander Kane is so close to that puck, it's not even funny, as Draisaitl draws goal number 41 of the season, friends. Face off to the right side of Aiden Hill with 12:55 to go. We've crossed 2,200 views on the live stream, so we're well rolling into what could be a special finish to tonight's live stream. Obviously, if we close in on that 2,500 mark, as this across the line now for Hurdle. Down low it goes for Darnell Nurse as he'll tap it over to Ekholm. Ekholm looking for that career high in points here on this power play. Fogle turns it back, and the Golden Knights still penalty killing here. Hurdle gets it back over to White Cloud, up the wall for the Golden Knights across the line. Tap back into possession for the Oilers. 50 seconds to go here as Ekholm leads ahead. Ekholm looking to make the play. He'll slap it in from center. Goes down along the wall. Picked up there by Fogle, who's got Perry, Fogle, and McLeod as the forward line here. Across the line, the Oilers get caught. Shot, scores. Colasar. That is the least dramatic finish to Stuart Skinner's shutout you could possibly get. That one just literally across the line, bing bang, back of the net. So 4-1 for the Edmonton Oilers. That's a tough look there on that shorthanded breakaways. That's your two best quote-unquote defensemen getting beat there. But hey, you know what? We're going to still roll a 4-1 hockey game and probably finish this one off, as everybody was saying, 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, whatever it is, close to here for the Edmonton Oilers. All told, after 3 periods of play, face-off at center ice, 12:10 to go. And now we don't have to worry. Stuart Skinner can lock in and get the shutout the rest of the way home after being beat there for that one. Colasar's 7th goal this season, far side pass, picked up now by Leon Draisaitl across the line over to Nugent Hopkins. Hannafin and Carlson with the assist here as Desharnais picks it up to the far side again for Brett Kulak, looking for the shot with the power play unit still out there. Shot coming in from the point now. It's Kulak ripping in front, blocked there. It'll be played out there with 4 seconds to go back inside the Oilers zone. 11:38 to go here in this third period of play. Friends, we are winding down time like nobody's business inside the last 11 and a half to go now, as that is 690 seconds. So we're inside the last 700 seconds of the hockey game. Back off the wall, the Oilers almost get the turnover in front in what could have been a dangerous play as Fogle rips around a defender for the Golden Knights, and this one a secondary chance on Stuart Skinner, give him 2 saves on that play, and ultimately 17 shots against on the Knights. So give me just a sec. I'm going to double check that the cat's all good. Cats are all good, so we're rolling along here in this one. And yeah, we should be fine and dandy to finish this one up here this evening, friends. Just about done between the Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights, a 4-1 hockey game. And I know that sounds overconfident in my behalf that we've got 11 and a half to go. And right, I think it just sounds a little too confident, but the Oilers have played a good hockey game thus far and still deserve full marks for everything they've done so far this evening. So exciting to see them hopefully finish this one off this evening and really go out there and bring home the victory for us. So the St. Louis Blues need all the points they can get to stay alive in the rush to the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they stayed strong on home ice with a goal on each of their first 4 shots of the game, all within the first 7 minutes of the hockey game. That is a pretty good go if you're thinking that much for sure. So, yeah, we're continuing along here. Not much else to really say about this one so far. Yeah, we are rolling along here for the Oilers this evening, and we are just about to get things done for this hockey game, friends. I'll take a brief moment. These commercial breaks are running along a little longer than they normally do, I guess you could say. Of course, that's kind of the problem right now for the NHL, is they're trying to pump in as much advertising down the stretch as possible, and we're at 241 hours on the stream. Again, a big shout out to Wake for the super chat earlier there a moment ago, but 241 to go. We got 11 and a half or whatever to go in this third period, so we are going to go for the 300 hours on the live stream, and you can bet you we just booked, just like that, a grand total of 250. So we've done the live stream. Now all is bonus time here the rest of the way home, as this has been a good one so far between the Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers. We'll have the face-off to the left of Stuart Skinner, and then we will get things rolling here as this one is back underway here with 11:10 to go in this third period of play. Puck flipped up into the neutral zone, picked up by Hyman across the Golden Knights line, pushed down low. 11 minutes exactly remain here in this third period as it's battled along the far side boards into the behind the goal area there for the Golden Knights, and puck played up off the wall again, kept in there by the Oilers one more time. Cutting through the middle is Zach Hyman right in front of Aiden Hill. Along the boards, tied up there by, I guess, technically 3 Golden Knights players. And we're going to have a hand pass by the Edmonton Oilers that kept that one in control for the Edmonton Oilers. So with 10:41 to go, we'll have another break in the action. But, yeah, we're continuing along here in Magic tonight. The biggest game of the season for the Oilers outside of their calendar will be the Arizona Coyotes against the Vancouver Canucks. Biggest game of the season to this point, because let me tell you, if the Arizona Coyotes win that game tomorrow or tonight against the Vancouver Canucks, it is going to be absolute pandemonium in Edmonton on Saturday night, with a chance, if we beat Arizona, to try and take over the spot against the Vancouver Canucks. Towards the net, Cotter with a good dangle, couldn't find the back of the net, and the Oilers continue to survive here. It's tapped up off the glass. To the far side it goes for Darnell Nurse. 10:15 to go in this third period of play. Near side corner, the Oilers are offside, and the choppiness of the third period starting to come through with 10:13 to go. 22-17 the shots on goal for the Oilers. David, welcome back in, but we're loving what we're seeing so far from the Edmonton Oilers in this evening's hockey game. A good effort that obviously is going to deliver a good result at the same time. And as you see here right now, if we go check this out, the Arizona Coyotes and Vancouver Canucks, what is the score as of right now? It is 0-0 between the Coyotes and Canucks, so interesting to see there. The Oilers score! Not paying attention, looks like Dylan Holloway jammed it home. And what a great addition to the Oilers lineup that man has been tonight. Dylan Holloway doing the job and scoring the goal even. Dylan Holloway, Ryan McLeod have been absolutely fantastic, as that was a quick shoot in, right in on Aiden Hill, left behind the net, and Hill just got embarrassed by Dylan Holloway. Holloway's speed, I mean, I have never seen Holloway look that on the money on a shot in his life in the NHL so far. But that, my friends, is absolutely unreal. Wow, that was fantastic to see on that replay. Shot off the side of the net there by Vegas. The Oilers leading 5-1 here in this one. Fourth goal this season for Holloway. The shot fired towards the net off the side again. Tapped in front. Save made by Stuart Skinner. It's only the fourth goal of the season for Holloway, but still another one where the Hollywood legend continues here for Dylan as he is pumped up to get the hugs there from Evan Bouchard. And the Oilers have been rolling here this hockey game. They're now up 5-1. Obviously, everything's looking according to plan this evening, and I'm excited to hopefully see the Oilers really roll home what could be a special finish to the hockey game. Ace is cheering for that 8-2. I think everybody's just cheering that the game is hopefully, at this point of the juncture, over for the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Oilers can truly and utterly go out there and just roll home the victory. So we are well over that 250 mark there on the live stream, friends. And we're rolling towards now what will be the 300 mark with just over 9 minutes remaining here in this hockey game. 24:03 on the stream, so we're just about to the 2,500 views as well. Thank you so much for being aboard here this evening. Do appreciate you hanging out with me again. Like I said, as we'll tell you right now, if you haven't already, to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Love to have you aboard for the playoffs. And one last check on that before we go down the final 10 minutes of this first period, or third period, my bad. 15,185 subscribers here on Dolynny TV. It's been a good little growth day, +8. We don't mind that at all. We'll take that. And we'll continue to roll along here this evening as we're just about to wrap up what has been a huge offensive outburst for the Oilers against one Adin Hill. Again, I don't care how many players the Vegas Golden Knights are missing. When you score 5 goals in a hockey game against Adin Hill, I'm going to be pretty proud of your effort, considering how much he's haunted the Edmonton Oilers over the past year. So Tomas Hertl rolling along here inside the Golden Knights advertising as he's enjoying things there. But yes, you know what, for Dylan Holloway, a big goal there, Jim, and obviously now for the Oilers, a big goal that puts this one comfortably to a 3-4, went from 3 to 4 goal lead. Now the Oilers just have to clamp down and finish this one off. 1 assist in his Vegas debut for Hertl Monday versus the Canucks. The shot fired, save made by Stuart Skinner. So again, Stuart Skinner doing the job here. Who got the assist on the Colasar marker? It was Hanifin and Carlson. So we're about to see what happens here. Purple, welcome in. And we are about to see what happens here as we finish this one off with 9:40 to go in this third period of play. 22-19, the shots on goal. The Oilers scramble up the face-off. Golden Knights control. Shot punched away by Stuart Skinner as this will go to the far side. Shot fired again towards the net. Doesn't end up hitting. Goes up off the end wall. Picked up there by the Oilers again as both teams battle for possession. Trying to tip this one off the wall as the battles continue to get going. And it comes back now along the end wall for Vegas behind Dorofeyev with the puck, as both teams pretty much dead even in zone time as well. Shot fired up off the bodies in front, out of play by Dorofeyev, and we will have a stoppage with 9:08 to go in this third period. Come on, we can't drag this out much longer. We have to be up and done by 9:15 so as I can get that video up and at least get half an hour in of an evening, right? Half an hour to watch a show or something. So I'm not sure if I want to watch the show I'm watching, as I've heard not so great things about tonight's episode. 9:08 to go in this third period of play. Face off inside the Oilers zone. And love it. As this one continues to roll outside of the Oilers zone across the line now, picking it up. There's an opportunity for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins down to Leon Draisaitl. Darnell Nurse the shot, and Adin Hill has to glove it right there with 8:49 to go in the third period. The Oilers had to be quick on that puck, and it was a nice shot there from Nurse to get it towards the net. An even more astute save there by Hill to glove it out of midair as it went to the far side. His friends, the Oilers, with efforts like this against teams like this, can definitely do a lot down the stretch here in the regular season and a lot down the stretch in the playoffs as well as Drysdale wins another face-off. Near side pass over to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back to the point. Ceci wires a shot right on the tape by deflection to Leon Drysdale. In behind the net, it goes to the far side. Marcia Show looking as Nugent Hopkins fires it back down low again as Hyman has it hop over his stick. We're 8.5 to go here in this third period of play. We're rolling again, starting to kill time on the clock. As this one is Barbara Shev off to the far side, pass to the middle of the ice, bouncing off the wall as CC comes back to the near side for Nurse. Nurse up along the wall, and it's tapped out into the Golden Knights zone with 8:10 remaining on the third period of play as this one comes along the far side. Picked up again by Fogle. Fogle has it checked off his stick. Colasar gets back to Whitecloud. Blocked in front, lands on the tape of Bouchard, lifts out to center ice, and this will go onto the tape of Whitecloud, who spins off, gives it right to Kane. Kane tries to drag around the net, could never get the full angle on it. Back to the blue line, Ekholm. Loading the shot, doesn't come. Loads the shot again, comes through traffic. And it's a stop in front by Aiden Hill with 7:41 to go here in this third period of play. The Oilers continue to be money in the offensive zone tonight, and now starting to pile up some shots on goal as Kane was pushed to the outside by the strong Alec Martinez, right? That guy, he's always been a beauty. And he just kept gliding Kane to the far outside. And now we will have face off in the offensive zone for the Edmonton Oilers. It's one back by the Golden Knights. Friends, we are about to cross 2,500 views on the live stream. Thank you again for being aboard. Save made by Stuart Skinner with 7.5 to go here in this third period of play. Shot towards the net goes wide. Picked up by Theodore, back down low. As the Oilers haven't had much problems against a good Vegas Golden Knights defense core that is missing Alec Pietrangelo this evening. So this one will come up and through the middle of the ice to the far side. Bounced off a skate. 7:09 to go. Puck off the end wall inside the Oilers zone. 7:05 now as both teams load up to go back the other way. Across now, Dylan Holloway looking here to rip the shot. Fires it through traffic on net on Aiden Hill, who had to kick out an incredible pad reaction, and that will turn back and audio back the other way for the Golden Knights. Picked up now by Corey Perry, chopped into the center of the ice. Back now again for the Golden Knights as they will chop down low into the Oilers' end. 6:42 to go here in this third period of play. Puck up along the wall, past the middle of the ice. Here's McLeod alongside Holloway, over to the far side for Holloway on the 2-on-2. Just couldn't get it through cleanly on Holloway. Still doing his good job tangling up here with 6:24 to go in this third period of play. Both teams battle along for a good stretch of this hockey game, and it comes all the way into the Oilers zone for an icing call with 6:18 CS. I don't foresee many more goals in this hockey game. I think both teams will be happy to ride out a 5-1 victory. As this one comes back into the attacking zone for the Oilers there. Holloway just couldn't jam it through the skates of Hannafin. Carrick on the ice now for the Oilers alongside Brown and Janmark. Good to see Carrick out there. He was shaken up earlier in this third period. Then we had some power play time. Goals were scored and stuff like that. Haven't seen him much since. As this one's back to CC. Far side over to Nurse. High point for Brown. Brown will flip down in the corner trying to activate Nurse. Couldn't get the soft dump cleanly. It goes along the wall now. Picked up by the Vegas Golden Knights. Both teams battling there. Around behind the boards now. Picked up by Vegas one more time. 6 minutes to go in this third period of play. Up along the wall. Fired back in by the Edmonton Oilers. Down low goes to the far side. Brown's first one to it. Battling along the wall. Continues to kind of tie that puck up. And then it's going to separate at the blue line. And the Golden Knights are able to knock it down. So this one goes firing down into Stuart Skinner. Picked up by Darnell Nurse. 5:35 to go in the third period of play. As the referee kind of plays on in behind the net. As this one will be flipped up into the neutral zone, knocked back by the Vegas Golden Knights, and now walk it home for both teams as it looks like they're trying to get the wave going inside Rogers Place here as this comes down to Stuart Skinner, played ahead now by Henrique over to Fogle. Fogle off the boards trying to lead ahead for Ceci, couldn't get that bounce to go either there, and now goes the wave inside Rogers Place as it's rolling around pretty well in the crowd here tonight, and what's been a good one thus far. 5-1 the lead for the Oilers inside the last 5 minutes of play this evening. So we're going to definitely dandily roll together what should be a good finish to this hockey game, friends. We're well over the old 250 hours tonight. We're over 300. 4:43 to go in this third period of play. Leading ahead, Shea Theodore, as the Oilers are just kind of demoralizing the Vegas Golden Knights out there with the wave right now. They're moving rather slow. 4.5 to go in this third period of play. Shot towards the net. Tips a couple of times. Turns inside out Jack Eichel. And Desharnais spins him again with 4.5 to go in this third period of play. The wave's still rolling around Rogers. As this one goes back in behind. Pass along the wall. Continues to battle there as Draisaitl pushes it out of the zone. 6:22 to go here. Home record versus Vegas. 1-3 of last 4 meetings. This one's pushed back down low again. Battling off the wall to the near side. Draisaitl looking to the point. Shot from Desharnais. Goes wide of the net. Rebound opportunity off the end wall. Not there. 3:49 to go here in this third period. As 3 shots on net for Vancouver's real barn burner there, that's for sure. Here's Marsh, shows a shot off the stick of Desharnais. This one comes back in the middle of the ice. 3.5 to go in the third period of play. Hanifin looking to tap this one across to Cotter. Cotter spins back, looking to make the play towards the net. Shot fired up over top of the net. 3:20 to go in this third period of play. The puck hops up and out of play, friends. With 2,585 views on the live stream. Thank you again for being aboard tonight. This is the most watched live stream. I mean by watch time metrics for duration anyway, as to how far we've gone here tonight. But we go here 6.45 and we look at this here and divide that out. How about 200? What? Yeah, I guess, sorry, 2590 times 6.45. We are not quite at that 300 mark. I keep miscalculating. 278.45 hours. We got a little bit to go still. My bad. But the Oilers don't have much left to go here. They are about to really dummy home what should be a good finish to this hockey game tonight. Obviously, they're just trying to walk home what needs to be a victory against the Vegas Golden Knights, what will be a victory against the Golden Knights. Just how good, how well, and for CS, is it going to be the goal scoring that he needs to finish it up? So, yeah, we'll see what we can do here. All right, we are see what happens here for the Edmonton Oilers here the rest of the way home. I don't think there's anything else. As I think the Oilers getting the wave going obviously was fantastic. So here we go. We are about set for the major part of the hockey game here this evening as we hit the 9 o'clock hour, and it is of course the goal here for the Edmonton Oilers from Matthias Ekholm that sets us home on the 2-0 lead. It was Ceci then Ekholm, and obviously it was a pretty fantastic effort all told here for the Oilers to score some pretty big goals. Then Zach Hyman scoring the big goal there in front as well. Kind of getting traffic towards Adin Hill and some different looks that ended up being successful. And here down the left wing, busting in, Janmark's taking towards the net. Didn't take the net out though. It comes busting along that left wing inside the Golden Knights zone, but just couldn't quite cash that in. And now Carrick's going to roll down. And again, I've been impressed all night by the Oilers' third and fourth lines. Their efforts tonight have been absolutely massive. If you could get this third and fourth line effort from the Oilers every single night with Connor McDavid in the lineup, the Oilers would never lose a game again. Sam Carrick across the line offside. I mean, we're talking the Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs kind of never lose a hockey game again situation for the Oilers if you get going rolling that way. Dummying other teams. 2:47 to go in the third period. 25-21 the shots on goal. As McLeod will take the face off here. It's towards the near side, picked up by Perry and chopped back in the Golden Knights zone. We got 2:40 to walk things home. We'll do the post game. It'll be an abbreviated edition. Not much really to say post game on this one, other than we've clinched home ice in the first round of the playoffs, as Ryan McLeod can't believe he didn't just draw a penalty there, and he's going to go off to the bench there as this one goes to the far side now for Holloway, as this comes flipping out off the hand of Whitecloud into the bench. 2:20 to go in this third period of play. 25-21 as McLeod's still talking things over with the referee, as this one here, fight for final spot. Los Angeles Kings with the Flames, Ducks, Wild, Blackhawks to finish their schedule. They'll be in the playoffs, and pretty much swap out the Avs for the Flames for the Golden Knights. They'll be in the playoffs as well. St. Louis, I'm sorry, good luck to you. You're cooked. 2:20 to go here in this third period of play. I mean, if something crazy happens, I'm all for it. But we are about to finish this one off here for the Edmonton Oilers this evening. So, friends, let's do this. 2:20 to go in the third period of play. 25-21, the shots on net for the Edmonton Oilers. Darnell Nurse bats it along the wall, picked up there by Kane. Kane will direct back into the Golden Knights territory with 12:12 on the clock. Third period time, like I said, winding down here against the Golden Knights so far in this hockey game, is Ceci to the near side. Carlson back in front, tipped away by Kane. Kane will carry to the far side boards inside the Oilers zone, bat up along and get it back into the neutral. $1:53 remaining in the third period. And this ain't one of those games, if you watched me up in Cold Lake cheering for overtime, this ain't one of those games I'm at all cheering for anything other than let's get this done with, as the Oilers have 101 points. In this one, the LA Kings are eliminated from the race for first place in the Pacific, by the way. But I guess technically could catch the Oilers if the Oilers were to lose everything. But they've won this one tonight, 101. So one more point gets them second place in the Pacific guaranteed here this evening. And I think they do have the tie break against both LA and Vegas. So technically they've got second locked up no matter what. $1:36 to go here in the third period, as both teams will wind down the clock inside the Oilers zone. 90 seconds remaining in the hockey game. This one to the far side, picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard fires in the puck to the near side, picked up by Hanifin. Hanifin rolls down along the wall there for Haig. Haig bats it out in the neutral zone. We've got 75 seconds to go in this third period of play, friends. We're going to carry it home with over 2,700 views on the live stream tonight. The first full one in a while. It's going to be under a total of 3 hours on the broadcast. The Edmonton Oilers have won this hockey game with 58 seconds to go on the clock. Turnover there to Matthias Janmark. He'll fire the shot towards the net. It's blocked in front. The Golden Knights sweep it off the goal line. Back to the blue line for Vinny Desharnais. Shot towards the net. Save made. And the Golden Knights will rush back the other way with 40 seconds remaining to the far side. Cotter's going to push off the puck there. Kulak does a good job defending. Back to the blue line now, Whitecloud looking to make this play at the blue line with 30 seconds remaining. Shot blocked in traffic. This one scrambles towards the net again. The Golden Knights pick it up one more time. Hurdle looking to push the puck through. Can't do it. 20 seconds remain. Puck off the glass inside the Oilers zone. Back down low to Carrick. And that will seal the wall there. Will Carrick for 10 seconds remaining in this third period of play. The Oilers getting the applause from the home fans as Janmark skates it back inside the Oilers zone. Walk it home, a 5-1 victory for the Edmonton Oilers. All told, 26 shots on net. Stuart Skinner, a .950 save percentage. The Edmonton Oilers win the hockey game. And tonight we finish off what was a fantastic effort, all told, from everybody involved. Thank you to everybody being aboard, friends. I'm going to quickly finish this off by saying if you haven't left a like yet, make sure to do that. We're sitting on Connor's number. I'd like to finish this off with 100 even on the stream. So let's do this. Post-game edition, shall we talk about clinching home ice in the first round? Let's do it. Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard. Post-game, the Oilers beating the Vegas Golden Knights 5-1. You did not expect, I didn't expect fully this effort from the Oilers against the Golden Knights, this kind of score result, given that Connor McDavid was out of the lineup. We knew they would have a good effort, but 5-1 against the Golden Knights, in which Stuart Skinner turns aside, 19 out of 20 shots against. And by the way, the Oilers realistically do a good job getting this game won, and it's Vinny and Skinny for the Winnie tonight. High five in post game as the Oilers come out with the big victory. But the bigger news, I'm burying the lead here through the first 45 seconds of live video here. Friends, the Oilers have clinched home ice in the first round. No matter what, the Oilers will begin April 21st, 22nd, 23rd, whatever it is. The first game of the playoffs will be in Edmonton. And let me tell you, it's going to be electric seeing how that all shakes out here tonight as Connor McDavid in his regular gear, as Derek Ryan in his suit there, looking all fun, having a good time with Connor McDavid as the boys come off the ice. But the Edmonton Oilers come through with a complete effort tonight, clinch home ice in the first round, whether it be Vegas, whether it be LA, whether it be Nashville, possibly still somehow St. Louis. The Edmonton Oilers are in for home ice in the first round and still in the chase for first in the Pacific Division. Now just 3 points back of the Vancouver Canucks with a couple games in hand and a big game on Saturday night. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here tonight, friends. But the Oilers, I mean, I got to tip my hat to Dylan Holloway, Ryan McLeod, Corey Perry, Sam Carrick, Connor Brown, and Matthias Janmark. Those guys went to work, did the most they could with their minutes tonight. The third line was electric, coming up with a grand total, I think, of something like 4 or 5 points in the hockey game. Dylan Holloway with a goal, Ryan McLeod with 2 assists, Corey Perry with an assist as well. It was a big effort there from the Oilers' fourth and third lines tonight. The fourth line did not get outplayed whatsoever tonight against a strong, tough to play against all the time Vegas Golden Knights team, and I'm very well impressed with how things shook out this evening. Friends, that's all I got. I've been live now for just about 3 hours. We're going to call it a night. Thanks for being aboard here. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon after all is said and done as we gear up for a back-to-back against the Coyotes and the Canucks starting Friday. I am up on out of here. Friends, for those of you still watching aboard on the live stream, thank you so much for being aboard tonight. Really do appreciate you hanging out with me. It's been fun, and we are just about to see a big day tomorrow develop as the contingency plans for the Arizona Coyotes come to fruition. So I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Again, thanks to Wake for the super chat earlier on in the live stream. I am up on out of here.